What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 141. Hot Toys came in strong this week. I thought they were going to be a little bit quiet going through Chinese New Year, but clearly they had some stuff planned because we got some really random but exciting stuff this week. And this stuff that we got this week may tell us the future of some more figures coming very soon. So the other thing I like about these announcements from Hot Toys is kind of a little bit of everything for everybody, at least for the most part. There wasn't really any Star Wars, but Star Wars gets plenty, so we'll let everybody else eat. And there's some stuff for me this week, surprisingly, as well. So, guys, everybody on the panel, thank you for joining me this week. It's been a nice 2-week break here on Hot Toys Hotline Live. But I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that there's a lot of exciting stuff to talk about this week. A little bit all over the place, too, not just from Jazz Inc. We got some third-party stuff to talk about that Kaiju already kind of trolled me about. He was holding... we'll talk about it later when we talk about Pirates. He's always trolling me with something. When he was holding it up, I was like, there's no way you have it already. I was about to be pissed. But it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. But I'm glad everybody was able to make it tonight. Thanks for being here. Chris, Lane, Fig, and Kaiju, thank you so much for making it out, guys. I hope you all are doing well on this fine Tuesday evening.
Yes, sir.
Chris still isn't back in his collection room.
Always.
He's getting there. He's getting there, but you got to deal with the classy back. This is classy Chris for now.
Yeah. Maybe one more month I'd give it.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say one more week. He's like, yeah, another month.
No.
But he didn't sell all of his figures. He just has a different background for now. You guys know. We explained it to you. But, guys, I'm going to say what's up to everybody that's in the chat so far. I know people will slowly trickle in as we go, but we got Valk in the chat. I know Valk's excited because he was a little sad that we took off a couple weeks, but I appreciate you guys for making it in nonetheless. Valk, thank you so much for being here. A hotline hottie and a moderator. Valk says, let's effing go. Connor, always glad to see your live stream, my friend. It's been too long. Yes, it has. 2 weeks felt like an eternity, right? But thank you so much for being here, and I hope you're doing well, as always. We got Fig saying what's up to everybody in the chat.
Feel better.
You said what?
Valk was sick, so I said feel better, man.
Oh, I didn't know Valk was sick. Well, Valk, sorry to hear you were sick, my friend. I hope you're doing better. Everybody's getting sick now. Everybody's got, like, the flu, the stomach bug. Like, my buddy was like, dude, I was on the toilet all weekend. I was like, no, that sucks. We got Lord of the Gains. That's an amazing username. He said, what's up? Get to listen to part of the show on my drive home. Let's talk about some Thor. We absolutely will. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm glad we can accompany you on your drive home. We got Bailey in the house. What's up, my friend? Bailey says, evening, guys. I hope you're doing well. We got Steve in the chat, another hotline hottie, trolling me as always because I said, and not to toot my own horn, but thankfully the Catwoman sculpt that I voted for looks like it's the one that got chosen for the neutral expression sculpt. I think it's with the DX version of the 66 Catwoman. Because I said I liked the sassy look of it. Steve and I are always like seeing each other's posts in our feed and then trolling each other. So that's the sassy lore. But yes, it does look very sassy. Tom says you have the green screen on, Chris. He said it's an illusion. You have the green screen on. That's what it is.
That's a wild green screen.
His kid knocks it over and then it's just a huge mess in his background. He's like, whoa, it cuts off his stream. Thanks for being here, as always, Tom. We got Peyton in the house, another moderator. Thanks for being here, my friend. He says hello to everyone. We got Pedro Lopez in the house, so of course, hashtag hotline confirmed will follow. Thanks for being here, Pedro. As always, good to see you. We got Tijuana Mike, another hotline hottie. What's up, my friend? I hope you're doing well. He says, happy Tuesday, collectors. Happy Tuesday to you. We do have some good lore. There's a little bit of everything, dude. A little bit of everything. I forgot what I was calling myself earlier. You have to remind me the name I came up with for myself. We got Gio in the house. Good to see you, Gio. Gio says, hello, collectors. Another hotline hottie. I hope you're doing well. And guys, as always, if you haven't already, check out Gio's channel. He does great streams over there on his channel. But as always, guys, as everybody trickles in, we'll say what's up. I think we're going to get started, though. We have a decent amount of topics tonight, like I said. So a lot to talk about and no shortage of panel members, which is always a great problem to have. So we're going to get started with our first topic. Now, this is a very random one that was unexpected anytime soon. For those who aren't familiar, this Cannibal Jack, as we call him, has been done before by Hot Toys many years ago, and they've gone through and done him again. And this is one that I was pretty excited for. I do have a couple issues with it. Number one, I think the glaring thing is like, why did they show like an actual throne in the photos, and then when we get the pre-order, it's just some stupid ass backdrop that comes with it? I was very, very confused by that. The other thing is why is this a DX figure? I don't understand what's DX about this. You get one faceplate, which it is crazy that they didn't do a faceplate of him like running from the cannibals when his mouth is wide open like he's scared. Crazy they didn't do that. This is, I believe, a reused faceplate that they just repainted with the cannibal face paint. A bit let down by what's included with him. That throne would have been ideal, obviously. If any of us could pick an accessory for him, apart from the obvious stuff like the crown and everything, it would have been the throne. So it's weird like they can include something like that with Loki, but with this one, it's like, oh, yeah, sorry, we'll just give you the cardboard backdrop that nobody's going to use. And it's just a bit unfortunate, but I will say I do think he looks pretty good. This is a figure that's definitely making it into my collection just because I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like one of my favorite Disney movies, and I love the ride at Disney World, which it was inspired by, or I should say Disneyland because it was there first. But yeah, it's like they show us like how that's just like a total tease, bro. Like they show us this fully done throne with him sitting on it. Why would you not give it to us?
Wasn't this teased in the first release as well?
It was in the first release as well, and it never happened. So I don't understand why they're doing it again. Like it's not that crazy of an accessory to include. Like I said, they just included a throne with Loki, the god Loki. So definitely a huge letdown there. I know a lot of people have had their choice words about the expression for this particular version of Jack, and I do understand it. I do think, and speaking of 6AL Treasures, because we were talking about him backstage about the cool comparisons and stuff he does. He did a nice comparison for this figure, and this is an expression that lines up. But again, I think most people would have wanted that open mouth of him like terrified running away. Imagine like utilizing those rolling eyeballs. It would have been really cool. So I do think, though, I do like this figure. I like this little diorama base they made. He does actually have room to stand on it, though it's not very big. Like there's nothing like impeding him, which is nice. I just think it's like, they kind of fell short with the accessories. Right. Yeah, it's about time we have an accessory, a diorama base that they can stand on. But it's a bit unfortunate that they didn't include the obvious things, especially that throne. And again, like, I don't see, and we've had this conversation many times, right, guys? Like, you guys know, we've talked about, like, the DX line being watered down and watered down and watered down. It's like, what about this is DX? Because it doesn't have, it has the wool-rooted hair on the sides, but it doesn't have wool-rooted dreads. It doesn't have an alternate faceplate. It's a very bare-bones announcement. So I'm just trying to find that value of it being a DX, It's a bit unfortunate. I don't know how you guys feel about it in the chat. Definitely share your thoughts, but this should have been
it was a DX when it was first announced.
I know, me either, Lane. And when I saw the chair, I was like, "Oh, that's why it's a DX," but it doesn't come.
It was like when I saw the little video they posted, it actually showed DX, and I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is a DX." And like it never even occurred to me.
Another thing, and shout out to Chunker for pointing this out, Lane. In Sideshow's video, they show the toe necklace, which is not shown in these photos. So I don't know if that means it is included and Hot Toys forgot to include it in their announcement. It's like, I'm assuming that's the case. Like, if they leave out that toe necklace, that is some straight up BS. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. And Chunker, you're not the only person that has said this, and I think that's a very fair point. It's like, were they planning for another version and they just decided to go with this one? The other thing about this that some of you guys may not have noticed, this is an early release, like as early as July. Sideshow already put up their first look video, which is very bizarre because they usually only do that when it's about to ship. So I'm confused by that as well. This is a very confusing announcement, but
this feels like one they sat on for a while, and then now they're really ready to rock and roll with it. And
yeah, and it didn't require a lot of R&D on their end either, because they could reuse a lot of parts from the previous Jack Sparrows, especially the recent one, the Artisan and the regular sculpted version. Yeah, it's just puzzling. It's puzzling why they left that stuff out. And the price tag is not terrible. It's $300. I heard someone told me in Kaiju, you might know what it's priced for you, but I was told in Hong Kong this is 3,000 HKD, which is more than it is here. So I don't know what it is on like Toy Sapiens for you, Hold on. Bizarre if it's more expensive.
Well, we get an early bird price by pre-ordering. But the regular price, Hold on. The regular price is $308.
Okay, so that about lines up with Sideshow. It's 300 here. But yeah, I was told from someone that lives in Hong Kong, they told me it was 3,000 HKD for them because they got like the early pre-order alert where they kind of put their orders in, and that's what they told me it was. And he was like, no effing way is it cheaper there. And I'm like, I don't know, dude, that's weird. By the way, big shout out to Big Dog Pound for gifting 1 Hotline Hottie membership. And it looks like our boy Tom got it, so congrats, Tom. And thank you so much, Big Dog Pound. You are too kind. Yeah, Alex says, wait, does he not come with the toe necklace? That is up in the air at this point, I guess, because like Chunker pointed out, I completely forgot they showed that in the Sideshow video. I mean, I have the video, so we're going to show it to you, but I'm assuming they are going to include it. I know it's wrong to assume sometimes if Hot Toys is going to give you something that they didn't originally show, but I would hope that a necklace would make the cut because it is part of the overall appearance of this particular look. But yeah, just super bizarre. Chris, how do you feel about this one? Like, again, it's just like a weird one, right? Not that this is a look that people didn't want. It is.
Right.
But, like, the fact they didn't include the throne, the toe necklace being up in the air, and then the throne's just a stupid backdrop. I don't know.
Yeah, I had no clue about the throne thing. I actually didn't really look at the figure too much because I'll just get it out the way. I didn't plan on getting it. The DX39's like my jack. I feel like, especially for me, because I have the DTOFs, I don't really have the space to have, like, I guess I would say he's not really duplicate. I mean, he is, but different outfit and paint on the sculpt and stuff like that. I think it looks really good. The base is definitely, like, beside not having the throne, like having all that in the background of him is pretty cool, and the grassy kind of look at the bottom. I do like that. I like that, you know, they kind of just capitalized on what was already done with the 39, like having the genuine, like the boots, and I don't know if it's all the belts now instead of just one like it was with the DX39 being genuine leather. But
yeah, it says genuine leather belts, so I'm assuming
obviously, like, it's cool if you're a massive Pirates fan. Like, I'm a fan, but not that serious to like go that deep. And you could tell, like, obviously the last one did well, so they're just milking the cow here. But like with anything, you know, Iron Man's, whatever, I'm happy for whoever's going to be collecting this. And it is an interesting looking piece for sure, and it's something, like, if you saw it, you'd definitely be talking about it.
Yeah. I want to point this out too. So Bailey is saying if you zoom in on the pic, this particular photo here, that he's wearing the toe necklace. He is, but he's also sitting on the throne in that same photo. So it's like, I don't know. It's just confusing, right? And yeah, that's crazy, Al. Al is calling you One Punch Man. That's crazy.
Dude, you know another thing too? Like, is Jack Sparrow so far only been created in DX? Like, I feel like all Jack Sparrows have been in DX.
Well, of course not the older Jack Sparrows from years ago, but
I thought there wasn't.
I think the other ones were. I mean, if anyone knows, it's Chunker because he's been.
I thought they were DXs too.
Okay, so they did. Okay, so they did put it in the listing on Sideshow. Okay, so I guess Hot Toys messed up in their original description, and that's why they. Maybe that's why they had Sideshow make the video, because they're like, shit, everybody's asking about the toe necklace and this, that, and the third. Okay.
I mean, it could also be a thing, you know, like how they couldn't have Peacemaker's pistol, like, removed from the thing, or whatever it is, like not having a goblet with a certain character, or, you know, alcohol, whatever the license crap is.
Yeah, I remember they took the goblet away from classic Loki.
Yeah.
Trust me, I haven't forgotten. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just going through the comments here. Zombie says, I love Pirates of the Caribbean, but they should have put more effort in. I could see where they cut the corners. Yeah, I mean, it's like they know it's a big IP, and I think we're in for, you know, talking about future figures to come. We recently talked about, not that long ago, like a new Davy Jones figure. I think now there's some good indicators that could be happening, because it was rumored before, and then we got J&D doing a Davy Jones and a Jack Sparrow 1/3 scale.
Oh,
so
dude, I know some people have absolutely freaked out over that. So
yeah,
it would be great to get a Davy Jones.
Yeah, so I think seeing other licensors touch it and then seeing this Jack Sparrow from the same film, I think it's likely that we'll get another Davy Jones. And, you know, we talked about like what it could be like with like posable tentacles on his face, kind of like Kit Fisto's hair. I think it would be something similar to that. And that would be dope because you have him like reaching in for the key or doing whatever, you know. It's just a really cool piece. And imagine if they gave him the organ with like a DX version. That'd be super cool. Yeah, I'm still excited for this, Chris, but I totally agree. It's just weird, and like some people are saying in the chat, like there's some missteps with this one, and you would expect them to go a little bit harder on a rare IP that they haven't done a lot of lately. Obviously, as of late, we saw Jack Sparrow return in figure form from Hot Toys, but it's still a rare IP nowadays.
And there's a lot of like, even though you're not getting that stuff, and they could have done that, there is a lot of detail here that can't go unnoticed, especially like with all those skulls. And I mean, you have DX39, so you know how everything went into that with the hair and the bandana and stuff, and now this has feathers and stuff like that. But
yeah, I mean, and that detail is cool. Like I like how they did the crown with the feathers and everything in it. And like I said, I do think the base looks pretty good. I like the base, and he does have room to stand on. It's just, we all wanted the throne. Let's be real. That's what we all wanted. That's the look you want for this character. And again, even them showing him on there, like, it's crazy. Someone's got to make it now, right? Some sort of third party, maybe Mojang Toys. They do a lot of random bases that people have wanted here and there, so maybe they'll do it. And by the way, we didn't give Big Dog Pound his official welcome, but what's up, my friend? Woo! And thanks again for the channel membership. Maybe if y'all stick around later, there might be more free channel memberships. We'll see. He said, Clone Trooper says, my wallet says parlay. I don't know, dude. You know, I'm a sucker. Okay, so yes, Chris, I was correct on this one. Apparently the original ones were MMS. I thought so.
I forgot they did those. I do remember them now, but I was thinking of like.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, they did. What is his name? Sai Fang. What?
Will Turner
would know as well.
They did Will Turner too, right?
Will Turner. They did Elizabeth Swann with like the pirate outfit, which wouldn't have been my choice. But those figures are very outdated now. There is a Will Turner from SW Toys that's been on pre-order forever, but I feel like now with all these options that we have and they all look so good, I feel like he's going to look terrible next to them because, you know, we're eating pretty good right now with pirates. What's up, Doc Pat? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I agree, Bailey. I totally agree. It's like when you put that DX name, you're expecting, like, let's look at recent DXs, just quick examples. Terminator, just Terminator alone. Or I should say Terminator battle damage because the other one was MMS. Look at the Terminator battle damage. 2 head sculpts, multiple looks, swap out damaged arm. Like, he comes with all those weapons. Like, that is a true DX release to me. This one, it's very puzzling. And I'm very curious to see the packaging with so little that he comes with. Are they just going to do one of those crappy, like, little micro clamshell boxes? I don't know. Lane, curious to hear your thoughts on this one. I don't know if you ever had interest in the first one. I never
had any interest. I barely looked at this one, quite honestly. I looked at it, went, yeah, that's definitely not a look I would go for, and just kind of moved on from it. The base, I think, looks fine. Like you said, the throne and the necklace and all that stuff and everything. I think it's an interesting look for Jack, but we just had 2 really nice ones, and even a regular edition of that one, I think that lasted quite a while before it finally sold out. Like, this one, I just kind of go, it feels like they went, hey, we just spent time and money making these earlier ones, so let's put out another, we'll just make a couple thousand more of this one and try and get a little extra buck out of the license. That's the cynical person in me with it. But like, I don't think it looks terrible or anything. It's a nice figure, but it feels really unnecessary, especially after the previous check. This feels like, why are we getting this and not, like you were saying, why are we not getting a Davy Jones to have to pair with the Jackson? So like, we actually have something to put with that figure, which helps, you give a reason to keep it in your collection, because you have something else to put with it. Now, obviously, we have some third-party options that might fill that space eventually, but if you're not a third-party collector or something, you know, getting an official Davy Jones makes a reason to keep that one and not, like, I think that would outsell this, to be quite honest.
Let me ask you this, Lane. How do you feel about these cardboard backdrops? Because I feel like it's just so...
I never use them. I hate them.
I don't either. The only figures where I'm like, that's really cool, were like the Across the Spider-Verse into the Spider-Verse. Because those, like,
they had
really
kind of that one with the, like, Deadpool. Like, which is supposed to be the TVA thing opening. I still wouldn't use it, but I would say for something like that, which I don't, you know, particularly care for. I thought that one was at least kind of cool. You know, it fit in the movie universe completely.
Right. And here's something else that I want to point out. This is Hot Toys official video. Where's the toe necklace? It's not in this video at all. So
if you don't have the toe,
something, did somebody like just forget to put it on them? I don't know. It's just so bizarre, right? Okay, so we do actually, speaking of the box, we do get an actual DX box, it looks like. But yeah, like the toe necklace is completely absent from this video. And then we jump over to the Sideshow First Look, and here's their video, and he's wearing the toe necklace. So like, I feel like that's part of the reason why they had them do this video.
What may not be helping with this one is just the fact that because this kind of came grouped with a couple other of announcements and stuff, this was just solo by itself. Like, this was it, and this is all we got for, like, you know, 2 or 3 weeks. It might look a little bit better, but it came in the middle of, like, several releases, and it wasn't like the other ones were, you know, random Stormtrooper number 50, you know, or something. Like, they were some other major releases. So I think that may also contribute kind to our mindset when we're looking at this, because of what else was put up and kind of gained our attention at the same time, you know? So it could be even making us a little bit more critical. I mean, I still think you would be after this like ABC, but we might be looking at it even more critically because of what else came out around it at the same time from the same company, you know? That could be playing into it a little bit. And I agree. This is like one of the most DXs.
I was going to say, Lane, this is the big picture right here. This is what you get, right?
Yeah.
And it's just
well,
like...
to me, this would be the closest for a DX figure. The first Ahsoka from Mando season 2. This kind of feels like that in a lot of ways, where we're going, well, why is this a DX? Well, that's when we started going, what does DX mean anymore? And that was like several years ago.
Here's another thing I want to point out.
Or even Endgame Wanda.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Here's another thing I want to point out. It looks like they actually painted the leather on the hands on this one, which kind of pisses me off because they didn't on the Artisan and then the recent sculpted version that went along with that. So it's like you can't even like reuse these hands either because they're different hands, as you could see. But yeah, they actually painted the leather in. They didn't just leave it like sculpted into the hands. Like I just don't.
Bandana either.
Yeah, it bugs the crap out of me that they did that still. But yep, it looks like it's all where it needs to be. Yeah, see that backdrop? It's just like I offered you friendship and you spat in my face. That's what that reminds me of. And this is Bailey. This is actually a pretty good point. So Bailey says, I think it's possibly due to censoring in Hong Kong. Same reason why the shirtless Wolverine pics got taken down. Maybe it's possible. It's very possible. I mean, of course, we're just theorizing here, but I was very puzzled by that too, right? Like we're all like, uh-oh, what happened? Because they took all the pictures down, and they were just showing him in the jacket, which 99% of people were not buying the figure to have him in that jacket, or at least at the very least, especially not with the jacket like zipped up. You're gonna have it at least opened up, you know. So I don't know. That's a good point though. That's a pretty fair theory. And by the way, what's up, Flavio? Thanks for stopping by, bro. I hope you enjoy the replay. I'll talk to you later for sure. We got Moose in the house, another hotline hottie. What's up, my friend? I hope you're doing well on this fine Tuesday evening. I know Moose is starting a new like history of Hot Toys channel, so you definitely got to check that out. I'm curious to see what he does with that. Yeah, he's actually saying it there in the chat. But thanks for being here. And Boba Fettuccine, good to see you as well, my friend. And yes, they are so trash. You know why they're trash too? They sometimes will do like thicker cardstock, but even when they do, it's so low res and shitty. It's just a perfect example, Chris. You know this one, the Thanos Infinity War backdrop. You couldn't even see that it was Titan,
dude. And so even over time, from it just sitting there, like the basic, because I just had it just to have it on there. the bottom of it gets so weird and like fades it even more. It gets wrinkly, holding it like it's not good.
Yeah, they're so bad. I cannot stand those. But, yeah, great thoughts though, Lane and Chris. Kaiju, I'm curious to hear if you are picking this one up because I know you like pirates as well, and you were trolling me a little bit because Kaiju is a slippery dog. So he shows me a little, like, he showed me the monkey, and I was like, there's no fucking way you got that already. And he just keeps sitting there quietly showing his little monkey. And of course, if I really wanted to focus in on it and reference the photos, I've been like, oh, that's not the monkey. But he's always trolling me with something. But no, it's
and
not
it always
the monkey.
works.
It does.
It always works.
It does, but I catch on eventually. You know, maybe that's me just believing in your good nature. You're just taking advantage of my kindness. But Kaiju, is this one on your radar? I know it's like an alternate version of Jack, but how do you feel about this one?
It is. It is. Like you said, I do like the Pirates IP. I'm not obsessed with it like some people. But I do like it a lot. I like the Jacks that they put out. And I would say this is a DX. I have a couple theories on this whole thing. So my theory on this being a DX is mostly, I think it's maybe something that Howard does as a show of respect to Johnny Depp, because he has a lot of love for that guy and the stuff that he puts out. Similar to when you get a Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt on an Iron Man. It's like an all-out Iron Man. It's not just like this random Iron Man. I think when he goes all out on these things, and for certain people, for certain actors, it's just a tip of the cap to them when he does it. That's just my theory on it. I mean, dude, like said, there's nothing to indicate that this is a DX other than the feathers. You know what I mean? Like, right. What is it?
Going off your point, dude, they even did Tonto from Lone Ranger, and they didn't even do the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
They teased it and never did. I'm still pissed about that because I love that movie. But
anything he's in, there's a very good chance, if it's at least pop cultural, the movie, we should expect a Johnny Depp.
Fantastic Beasts. We got Grindelwald before he got unfairly recast.
He just loves them. So, I think the toe necklace is a Disney thing. I think Disney probably said, we don't want you showing that in the promotional stuff, but you can list it, but just don't show it.
Yeah. That's a fair point too.
I think that's the same thing. I think Disney probably nixed the throne, because if you look at the throne, I did a quick search of the throne before I came on, and the throne, behind the throne, you have those spikes with the skulls.
Right.
I think maybe Disney wasn't comfortable with that entire look, and maybe they took those spikes with the skulls and just made it into that base. For some reason, maybe Disney just said the entire thing is a little bit too macabre, and you can have one or the other, so to speak. And they probably said, all right, we'll just do the.
Isn't that so ass backwards though? Because like in all of the Pirates merch, it's a dead person. It's literally a skeleton, or like you said, the base that it includes, it's got heads on a spike. Like but that does sound like a Disney thing.
He's got a shrunken head on him for kind of.
Right? Yeah, he's got the shrunken head hanging on him, so it's like yeah, but it does sound like a Disney thing. They very much are picky and choosy. Disney thing. They're very picky and choosy with stuff. And by the way, shout out to Moose. Thank you so much, my friend. Hotline Heidi for 26 months. But yes, guys, Hot Toys Historian on YouTube if you want to check out Moose's new channel. Sorry, go ahead, guys.
So I would say, as we all know, there are no coincidences in the 1/6 sphere of releases. We all know that, right? Third-party companies get wind that Hot Toys is going to be putting out certain figures, and they start working on various iterations of characters, either the same character or something from that particular IP.
Pieces, yeah.
It's the 20th anniversary of Dead Man's Chest this year.
Yep.
I think they will all admit they dropped the ball on the 20th anniversary of the Black Pearl. and I think they're going to go probably a little hard. It's February right now. We're already getting this. I would say that more than likely we're going to be getting a few more Pirates characters this year, I would say. Otherwise, like, why are all the companies coming out with all of these figures at the same time?
Kaiju, you know this. It correlates 100%. Like, perfect example. When we got that Snowtrooper Commander, shortly after, Hasbro announced a 3.75 vintage collection version. Like, there's 100% a correlation with the merchandising. So if we see like J&D spending all this time and money to do very expensive 1/3 scale statues, I 100% believe. And on top of that, we heard that rumor like 6 months ago that they were going to do a new Davy Jones. So it's like, it's correlating pretty well. I think 100%, I agree with you. We're going to get, at the very bare minimum, we're going to get a new Davy Jones very soon. 100% Definitely. This year, as EN is saying. By the way, what's up, EN? Good to see you, my friend. But yeah, I'm almost like about to sell my third-party one now because I'm very confident that this is going to happen.
Well, you can just give it away to one of your viewers. I mean, you can do that.
Ain't nobody going to want that old thing once the Hot Toys want posable tentacles and stuff. Yeah, that's going to be impressive, though, because here's the thing, guys. That old Davy Jones figure from 2008, weirdly enough, it still kind of holds up. As old as it is, it still looks great. Obviously, if they did it today, they would make it look like crap. But it's like, until you have something to compare it to, which, by the way, the third-party figure I have is a recast of that original Hot Toys figure, and it doesn't look quite as detailed, even though it came out like 8 years later, over 8 years later. So that just shows you that figure really stood the test of time. But yeah, 100%, I think they're going to do a new one for sure. But yeah, hopefully soon we see that, because that's one I really want. That's what, and, you know, it's hard to say that's one of my favorite villains, because I think every villain in Pirates has been good, personally. Very underrated, Captain Salazar, which we're going to talk about very shortly. But Davy Jones just has that presence. He has that voice. Everything about him is just cool, right? And I remember as a kid, I've talked about this before, and I still own the costume. I dressed as Davy Jones when I was a kid, and it's the creepiest, like, latex mask. It's huge, and it has breathing holes in the front of it by the mouth and everything. It's so weird, but always have loved, excuse me, Davy Jones. So definitely really cool. So I don't know if I missed it or if you didn't say it or not. Is this one you're going to be picking?
Yeah, I'm probably going to grab it. Yeah.
Okay, I am too. Like I said, I'm complaining about it, but I'm part of the problem because I love Pirates, so I'm going to pick it up. And I've always wanted this look, but I will seek out somebody to do this throne, whether it's like a third-party thing or not. Somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to see that hole and fill the void there. But yeah, definitely really cool. And yes, I think I'll put this one in writing, Pedro. You can say that I confirmed it when it comes out, because I'm very confident in it. I'm very, very confident it's going to happen. So. Clone Trooper says maybe Hot Toys nixed the chair because the lead time for the mold would have pushed it. Very possible as well. There's so many things we could theorize with it, and I think all of them that we've said thus far are very valid. Fig, did you have anything else to add on before we move on from Jack?
Well. Fool me once, shame on you. Or is it shame on me? I don't know. But look, what I'm saying
can't
is,
get fooled again.
I can't do it again. No, like he just said that the first version of this figure offered the chair. Well, they made it look like they were offering the chair. It didn't come with it. They're doing it again. Like, I'm not a fan of this. They did the same thing with Bank Robber Joker with the desk kind of on the dial, but it wasn't there. It's just like Hot Toys seems to be playing games with us as consumers. Like, it's borderline false advertisement. I mentioned that before. Like, I'm not a fan of things of that nature. But in regards to the figure itself, was the previous Jack Sparrow a swap out faceplate?
Yes. So it was a little sketchy. Chris knows this with the real bandana, because there was like this weird adhesive that was like leaking on some people's copies. Like, I had a review copy at one point, and the one that I had was kind of doing that. But yeah, they kind of separate at the bandana, so the faceplate pulls off there. So it's like they absolutely could have done that with this one for sure.
Exactly. I was thinking that they should have added a faceplate where his eyes are closed and it kind of looked like they were like the painted on eyes with the rest of the paint.
Yeah.
Like that would have looked cool.
like I said, I think with the swap out faceplate, I think what people probably wanted the most is in this scene, you see him like hauling ass, getting chased by the cannibals through the forest, and his mouth is wide open because he's like obviously terrified. Like that was like an obvious thing, and it's like, how is I can't wrap my head around them calling this a DX. Truly, cannot.
Yeah, I mean, DXs have been going down the drain for the past 3 years now, just more and more and more. Look at Artisan Anakin that came out. Like a lot of people feel like that's a DX, but I don't.
But
like,
then you get Terminator and
comes with so much shit.
And the other jet. Like,
it's like they're picking and choosing.
Yeah. The other Jack came with a lot too, and like you get the ship in the bottle that they redesigned, and it looks a little bit different than the original. Like there's all kinds of stuff in that set. And
yeah, if you got the the one with the actual bandana, not to hit on the others, but just that much more detail going into it,
No, the real bandana and the dreads definitely add to the realism. Yeah, I don't think this looks bad, but it's like once you have that and you look at this figure, you're like, damn, I wish they did the Artisan for this too.
Yeah.
I feel like for the price point and what you're getting with it, this could have easily been an MMS and nobody would have batted an eye at it. Like,
not at all, because it's a fair price for what you get. Truly, like 300's not bad, but it's like, take that DX name off, call it an MMS. I have, maybe it's because they wanted to use the next MMS number for something else. Maybe. Because, that Hulkbuster is coming for sure at some point. So I don't know if maybe that's why. Maybe they wanted to use that particular number for the Hulkbuster. Who knows?
Hey, how both T1000s, neither of them were DXs. But
and they came with it
like
an overwhelming amount of stuff.
Because I had the two of them, but every time I've unboxed it, it's just endless. Yeah. And then on top of that, with the 2.0, that diorama added to it, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
This
the dog,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that the dog running after him would be funny too. That again, like obvious stuff to us who have seen the movie, but Hot Toys, I guess, doesn't care. I don't know.
It's pretty obvious this is a repaint, though. When I look at it, this is obviously a repaint of leftover sculpted copies they had. And that's why it's ready so soon, I feel like, because it was already ready to go, to Lane's point earlier. Like, this is something they had in stock for a while, because this wasn't a figure, especially sculpted, that sold that well, to the point where, because if you look at the aftermarket, I've seen a few people trying to sell their copies, and they were sitting on it for months. So I can only imagine the sculpted copy, how well it sold, so for me it's a pass. Luckily, I don't collect pirates, but it does look good for what it is. It does look good, and the price point is great. So for all the fans out there, the diehards, that would have been great. It would have been cool though if they would have did the skeleton Jack. I feel like that would have been that would have been nice.
That and Barbossa, that would have been sick, man. Give it time.
I
mean,
all in due time.
They certainly could reuse a lot of stuff and make that skeleton variant. I wouldn't be mad, because I mean, the very least they could include the chest of Cortez and like have that. I know it's going to be kind of big, but that would be cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I very much agree, Fig. This is definitely like an easy like reuse of assets for them, and they can get it out quick. It's a variant that a lot of us have cared about seeing another one of, because the other one is so old. So yeah, I do agree. I think it looks good, but not having that extra mouth plate is criminal, truly, for a DX announcement. But we're going to move on from Jack, but we are going to have a quick little, and this is not going to be like a full-on like round robin discussion where everybody gets to say anything, so we'll just kind of throw in our thoughts here and there as we look through these photos. But for those of you guys don't know, this is actually a third-party figure by Ekuaz Studios. And I remember when it originally dropped for pre-order, there was a lot of people, and we were on stream talking about it, a lot of people were like, understandably so, skeptical because they didn't recognize the name of the company. And I had told you guys that it was rumored that Damn Toys was behind this. And of course, without any confirmation of that, people were still skeptical. I myself, being a big Pirates fan, saw this and I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop the pre-order. Worst case scenario, I'll lose my NRD. And boy, am I glad that I did, because I truly believe, and this is, by the way, guys, this is a final production copy, and we've seen multiple final production copies from different creators. Shout out to Sean Archer on Instagram. because he gets a lot of early day one stuff or even pre-release stuff to do videos on, and he did a video on it. This is like one of the best looking 1/6 scale figures I've ever seen, period. Like, it's not even just for pirates. It's like, we don't know what the hairline looks like, but I would say that this rooted hair job in terms of styling and everything looks better than anything we've seen in the Artisan line, personally. So to see this level of quality and attention to detail, full real leather, die-cast weapons, like the whole 9 yards, like lambskin boots, like it's incredible. And this was like $325, guys. Like, this from Hot Toys or InArt would be $500+ with the amount of work that's been put into this, you know. And there's a DX version with a diorama base and everything. Like, it's pretty crazy, because there is a sculpted version. It still looks good, but of course the rooted hair with a rooted goatee and everything. I know Chris has pointed out a few times that he doesn't care for like the mix of the rooted hair with the sculpted beard, which I've just kind of grown used to it. But seeing this, it's like, you know what companies are capable of. And this is, as far as we know, this is a third-party company. You know, without that prior knowledge of saying this is Damn Toys, this is absolutely incredible. It really, really is. I don't know why that. There we go. I mean, just look at the attention to detail. They from the prototype to the final, they actually added some details. They made the skin have more like stippling and everything and damage on the skin. That jaundice yellow in his eyeballs with like the red veins, they added to that and improved that. So it's like, and I even think the hairstyling looks better than the prototype. So we see like an improved product even from the prototype. This is absolutely amazing. I think this looks fantastic, and I am beyond excited to get this. This is like top of my list right now of exciting pre-orders that are coming soon, and it looks simply amazing. And another thing that I want to point out is, even with the hat off, I still think it looks really, really good. They've done a great job, though the hat is slightly oversized, because of course when you have a hat fit over a figurehead, you kind of have to account for that. I think it works. I think it looks very good. There's the actual monkey that comes with this, not Kaiju's special one that he has on his desk. But yeah, dude, this looks so freaking good. I'm beyond excited. There's a close-up on the beard. You do see like a slight amount of product there in the mustache, but I'm not going to complain about that, because it's a freaking mustache, bro. Like, that's already hard enough to pull off. You've got that insanely detailed hand as well. I know some people were like saying like, oh, the only thing I might be able to like hit it on is like the dirt under the nails doesn't look as good. I think it looks just as good. And then the fact that they made a hand to actually hold the apple, and they didn't pull a Hot Toys and just throw an accessory in where there's no hand to actually fit it. Very, very exciting. And you can see all the tiny little details with the hands, the monkey, the apple, just everything. And then Kaiju, I'm sure you probably have some comments on this one. I'd never actually asked you, and we'll talk about Salazar a little bit. Never actually asked you, did you pre-order this?
So yes and no. I had it pre-ordered, but I had the regular version pre-ordered, and you know, I was like, okay, I'll get that. But then I saw that video.
Oh, from
what was it, a few weeks ago?
Yeah, Sean Archer put it up.
Yeah. And then, like I said, somebody reached out to me and was asking about it, and so, you know, I got it for him, and then, you know, my interest started peaking again, and then you posted the photos. So this morning I ended up grabbing about 5.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Loaded up.
Yeah, you know, you've got to army build when you can, when appropriate.
Or there'll be amazing trade bait for all the people that slept on it. That's for sure.
That's the thing. You know, like, you know, people in my group, we do raffles, and, you know, I do giveaways and stuff like that. So.
The waffles, the legendary waffles.
Yeah, but, you know, like, this is sold out, and I have access. So I'm like, well, I might as well use that access, and I might as well grab a bunch.
Yeah.
So I did. So I think I have about 5 now pre-ordered.
That's crazy. Just
I'm definitely
one
getting
for me. Yeah, I would say so.
You got one, right?
I do have one. Yeah, this was a day one pre-order from Kit for me. The moment I saw the prototype, I was like, I was like meticulously looking through Facebook, and I think I might have even messaged Kit and said, hey, when is this going up? I was like, I'm not missing this. And yeah, so I'm probably honestly one of Kit's first pre-orders. I pre-ordered it the moment it popped up. I like refreshed the page and saw it before he even made his post saying it was live. But yeah, so I did pre-order this one, and then the Captain Salazar, that was another one. I've said it before on the stream. I'm like, oh, how dope would it be? I wish somebody would do Captain Salazar, and I'm just in shock that this company is like dedicated to just kind of going all out on pirates, it seems, because it seems like the Captain Salazar, you know, I don't want to spread any misinformation, but it came from somebody who's very credible. They said that this has been released already, the Captain Salazar as well. That's being prepared for shipment. So
I heard that this is released too.
This is released. So this for sure is released, because when Sean posted his video, he said this is the final product. And Sean had posted videos prior to that, like another 3 months prior, I'm sure you remember, where he had a final production sample that he did a video of as well. And they even made improvements since then. So, yeah, I think these both are now released, which is crazy because the Captain Salazar got announced in December. They did originally say Q2 2026, but you don't usually trust these companies on that because they don't often stick to it. So I'm very impressed if he's actually released, which I'll pull up some photos of him as well. The one thing I'll say about Salazar, dude, I just love this shot right here. Like, that literally looks like
Where's
a
the
real
teeth
person.
marks in the apple? Come on.
Oh, they have them.
Come on. No, they don't.
Wait, did you not see the shot of the close-up of the hand? Are you saying it's not detailed enough?
There's no teeth in there. Where's the teeth marks?
I mean, that
Come
counts. It's him.
Come on.
The side of the apple. That counts. We're gonna count it. Maybe you won't count it, but I'll count it. But this is, dude, this is so freaking cool, man. It is so freaking cool. I was so pleasantly surprised by this villain. I mean, it's Javier Bardem, right? So it's like, even if he's in a shitty movie, he's gonna go crazy. And he did an amazing job in this film. And yeah, you remember when he's on the ship with Barbossa and he's like, every time I tap my sword, one of your men dies. And then at the end, he's just a straight up savage, just taps the shit out of his sword, and they kill basically like most of his crew. But yeah, this is so freaking cool. I will agree. I do wish that this was rooted hair. I feel like doing only sculpted hair was definitely the safe route. You know, this product that these companies uses is they usually use is so strong. They could have used some heavy product and made it stick like this, or use some like movie magic and put some wiring inside of it or something to keep it in place. Like, they could have done something. But with that being said, am I happy that they at least did it and attempted it? And I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, I do. I think this looks awesome. Assistant to Regional Sith. I'm going to tell you something, and I don't know if it's true anymore. Last I looked, the last place that had this Barbossa that came up when you search from the US is SSR Toys, which they're a figure manufacturer themselves. I've bought from them before. I know people that bought from them recently. They are legit. I think you do have to pay up front. There's no like deposit or anything, and I think they're asking $360, which through Kit I paid less. But still, $360 versus what this will probably go for. Speaking of the Barbossa, I think that's a fair price. Well, Hot Toys, if you're saying Barbossa, here's the thing, right? Let's say, and I think Fig would probably agree with this, if Hot Toys were to do Barbossa, do you think they're going to do it to that level?
Nope, not even a rooted beard, bro.
Rooted, yeah, right. The rooted goatee alone, they're not going to touch that. You know, it's just not in their wheelhouse. That's not something that they do.
Or the weapons.
Perfect example.
They haven't
Thor.
even done a beard yet.
Right, Thor
That's
that
what
was
I'm
just
saying.
announced. Thor that was just announced. Like he has a sculpted beard with rooted hair. So, yeah, they wouldn't even come
Obi-Wan
close to the
too.
realism.
For Attack of the
Obi-Wan.
Clones, they did.
Yep.
And I'm sure if they did Qui-Gon wouldn't get it either.
Yeah, Ian, the company that did Blackbeard is a different company actually, which I do have the Blackbeard on pre-order as well. I'm excited to see the final for that one, but that might have been SW Toys. Let me see, or maybe not. Maybe it was a different company. Let me see. Was it SW Toys? It was TG Toys X SW Toys. So it was like a little partnership piece. Let's see. What's up, Johnny? Good to see you, my friend. Another hotline hottie in the house. He says, "Evening, everyone. So bummed I missed out on the Barbossa." I know, man. It pains me to see a lot of people saying they missed out on it. And again, I don't blame you guys for being skeptical, like I said, because it was like kind of an unknown company. So it's like putting your money out there. It's a scary thing, but again, for me, it's just like I love this franchise so much. I just said F it, and I went for it. So I'm glad that I did. And I pre-order through Kit, and Kit's always going to have your back as a customer when it comes to pre-orders and things like that. So I wasn't worried about it. That, Alec, unfortunately, I have no idea. Probably soon. For the Salazar, I don't know. I mean, if they're planning on releasing them
New
together,
Year, that nothing's going up.
Yeah, maybe maybe in the next like few weeks. Yeah, but it'll be soon. I think we could say it'll be soon after Chinese New Year. Probably they'll be ready. They're probably ready to go. Honestly, yeah. I thought he was a great villain, dude. Like I don't want to get into the lore too much of the character, but yeah, like I said, I thought he was very underrated. Also, the base. If you guys know this movie, that ship was freaking wild, bro. It like opened up, and they would literally just swallow another ship underneath of them. So the fact that they've replicated like the weird architecture of that ship with the base, it looks very classy. And again, going back to what Fig and I always say, the fact that you can stand on it and not have any like weird issues with posing it is a huge plus. So, yeah, I think it looks freaking awesome, dude. Okay, so SSR. And by the way, what's up, Jordan? Sorry, you did say hi earlier, and I completely missed that. Jordan says SSR does still have it. They are legit. I've bought from them a couple times. I know, shout out to my boy D-Lo. He just bought from them recently, and he said the figure came pretty quickly. The only complaint I've seen about SSR is people saying they're slower at getting stuff out. But I bought from them a couple times. I had no issues, and D-Lo got from them recently with no issues either. By the way, what's up, Yomo? Good to see you, my friend. A moderator and a hotline hottie. I hope you're doing well. And Yomo, oh yeah, that is true. That's a good point. With the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, that Artisan, that has like, I guess that'd be like rooted mutton chops. I guess that's what we call that. But Kaiju, are you getting Salazar as well?
Yeah, I have
You're like,
3 of those pre-ordered.
Damn, dude, you're going all out. You're about to have a whole army, and everybody's gonna be like, Kaiju, do you still have one of those? It's like me when I was asking about the the Kratos. You don't happen to have one of those Kratoses? Of course you do. If you're ever missing out on something, he might have it in his stock of Kaijulicious.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, do you happen to know where I could grab one of those?
He's like, oh yeah, actually I do. And he sent me a picture
right
of it. Yeah, he sent me a picture of it. It's crazy. I'm like, shit. He's like, do you want it? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, you can have it. It's yours. What's up, Jose? Good to see you, my friend. I already knew it was coming. He said, hey, there's a stream. Thought you canceled like always. Of course not, Jose. 3 weeks in a row? 2 weeks. That's where you cut it off. Dude. You can't
no
do
way,
3 weeks.
Jose.
Yeah, no way, Jose. I don't. Let me see if I can pull it up for you real quick. Let's see. SSR Ekuaz. I bet you it'll come right up.
So yeah, I heard that Ekuaz is also Damn Toys.
Yes. Yeah.
That
seems to be a common rumor, and I've heard it from
I heard that Damn Toys has like 5 different companies that are out there.
Well, it's like Mars Toys as well. Like I said before, we already know that they're 6 Feet Lane Studios and Saturn Toys, but he's under other names which I won't say.
Goodness.
Yeah, he's got a million names, and a lot of these companies do that. And also, it's like Damn Toys is like, why would we limit ourselves to doing this stuff when we could hide under another name and make some more money?
Well, Hot Toys sort of is replicating that with Hono Studios, right?
I guess we should say was replicating that with Hono Studio.
Are they done?
Who knows, bro? I know I'm about to get Fig started in a second, but dude, they haven't announced anything.
They haven't released the Star Wars figures yet, so I'm guessing that once those are ready to go, maybe you'll start seeing some
the
stuff.
Spider-Man as well. He hasn't released either, right, from the show.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's it. They haven't announced the Thor or anything, bro. It's like it's crazy.
Coming.
Yeah, eventually. But I'm excited for those Rebels figures. They're awesome. But yeah, dude, these figures just show to me another figure that showed me that third party is very, very capable when you get the right people. Is that what was it? Art Figures, the Edward Scissorhands, the Artisan as they called it. That figure is amazing. And I didn't get their 1.0 because I didn't really care for how the sculpted hair looked. And I had the Present Toys version. As soon as I saw the art figures in hand, I'm like, see you later. I sold the Present Toys version very quickly.
I heard that was Damn Toys too.
Oh, was it? Yeah. I mean, it's amazing work. And like when you actually look, because that is a very, very intricate costume from that movie. And when you actually compare it to the screen used costume, they freaking nailed it, man. And Present Toys, they did an okay job, but you could see where they kind of, we'll just do this. That'll be good enough. That art figures artisan is amazing. It really is. They did an amazing job.
I mean, they're not paying the license fees for any of these figures, which is keeping the cost down, obviously.
Oh, 100%.
But
yeah.
damn toys. If anybody's bought their military stuff, you can speak to how incredible the detail is. But when they veer off from military, they kill it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Their Godfather figures are way better than the Hot Toys.
I didn't get the golden years version, but I did get
that's a great figure.
It is, and I love the look of him holding like the grocery bag. But
the grocery bag, yeah.
I had to get the iconic look with the rose on his lapel and everything.
You got both, bro.
No, I'm happy with my decision because then I have him. I've got Scarface. I do want a Tony Soprano figure though. That Blackgate Studio one kind of sucks.
Yeah, that the sculpt is
that
pretty
sculpt
bad.
Sucks. It does not look like James Gandolfini at all. But yeah, I know Ekuaz. I know, dude. And I'm out of the Hono line. I sold all of my Hono stuff.
No, you didn't.
I did. I sold it all, dude. All.
Are you getting the Rebels ones?
Yes, I am getting those. But
what about the Spider-Man?
No, I haven't even watched that show.
That show is really good.
I've heard. Shout out to Brick Artemis. He loved that show, and he told me it was great. I still haven't watched it. I still have not watching it. Let's see. Jose said, "I need my entertainment. Damn it." We don't offer any good customer service here, unfortunately. Our team is they're busy right now. Bailey said, "I'm waiting on the Hono animated Spider-Man." Yeah, that's what Kaji was just talking about. I agree, Boba. I agree. I mean, I'm very excited for the Ralph McQuarrie Vader from Rebels, but I was hoping to see more from that. I was very excited for those, and I still am. I'm very excited to get those, but it's a shame that they cut it off. Ian says So has done those great Kingpin figures, the one with the red and white Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, I had that. I actually sold that, but that was a really nice figure. I actually did a review on that many moons ago. Jordan says, as I mentioned earlier, this company is doing Nurse Heath Ledger Joker. Very interested based on the quality on these. Oh, so has that been teased and not officially announced yet? Because I've always wanted the Nurse myself as well. But yeah, seeing the quality as yeah, for sure. And I know like Heath's estate always said, no, you can't do that figure in an official capacity. So yeah, I think they did too, Peyton. I think so too. I think it's
what
because
are these figures going for on SSR?
So shout out to Big Dog Pound for dropping the link. I think $360 you pay it now for Barbossa, and then I have no idea for Salazar, but shout out to Big Dog Pound. Thanks for dropping those, my friend. And here's the thing, right? We have no idea what these are going to do in the aftermarket. I could see that Barbossa being an absolute mint later, like absolute mint. So here's the thing. Like, I'm not running and telling you to order it, but I'm running and telling you to order it. Because if you want it, it's not going to hurt you to buy it now and make sure you lock in your order. That's all I'm saying.
Especially those are final release photos. I mean, this isn't the prototype. That's the final release photo.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, these figures are, like I said, particularly Barbossa is like one of the best 1/6 scale figures I've ever seen. And I own a lot of art stuff, and it's amazing. And this is like very much up there as one of the best I've ever seen. And oh, that sounds about right, Jordan. So I will definitely keep an eye out for that. And I know you'll share it with us because you're very much on top of the Heath Ledger Joker stuff. Oh, thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's an older one from me. But yeah, guys, I do want to move on though from the pirate stuff. Won't spend too much time on this one because it is a release. But we do.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, we have the. Oh, you don't like this head sculpt?
No, I'm messing.
Oh, okay, you're just trolling. We have the stealth suit cap from Winter Soldier, officially released. I actually really like this head sculpt. I'm happy with how it turned out, and some of the videos that have come out so far, like shout out to the Figure Hideout, his video. I do think he painted it in a better light. I do really like the sculpt. And an interesting thing that was pointed out by a couple people on Facebook in comparison photos is this is actually shorter than the previous stealth suit from the Endgame, like, limited to 300 release or whatever it was. And apparently
that's for 300, was it?
It was very low. I can't remember what the number was. It's 300, right? I think so. Yeah, it was
no
very
way.
Low.
I got one. It wasn't 300.
It
really?
was low, bro. I mean, I could be wrong. I had it. I owned it. I can't remember what the number was. Let's see.
You sold it?
Stars bigger. The leather straps are smaller.
He's shorter, but when you look at the comparison in height with the new Thor, it looks like they corrected his height because when you actually do the math on Chris's height and when you do that, they're both Chris, but when you do the comparison of their height, Right. It lines up. So I think that's actually a corrected thing. Of course, some people kind of took that and ran with it, but what was the now you got me second guessing myself. Let me see. I swear that was like super limited. Like it was like 300. Somebody in the chat will have to double check. What does it say on Sideshow? Does Sideshow say it? Details. What's in the box? What is the limited number? Did they not state it on Sideshow? The wish list or the wait list is still open, by the way, for this.
That was what, 2 years ago?
Yeah. How is that still open? Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. At least maybe I just have like stream vision and I'm not seeing it. I don't know if they say it.
I like the head sculpt more on that one, the last one.
Yeah, I've seen some people kind of split on that. By the way, guys, I'm going to close the Jack Sparrow poll. 72%, or excuse me, 76% said flop. Yikes! Well,
whoa.
He kind of deserved it for
end the stream, man. End the stream.
That's funny. Hey, you leave out the he sure is. You leave out the throne and that's what you get. You get that.
They're gonna throw the throne in there just to spite people.
I know. They're like, oh, 76%, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna make this limited. Then they go crying.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Bailey says, mine's due at my door midday Wednesday today for me. Can't wait. Just need the new winter soldier. I know, dude. I cannot wait. I was just talking to, shout out to 16 Figure Focus. Him and I were just talking about this a couple days ago. That new winter soldier is going to be so dope, dude. I hope they don't mess anything up. If it looks like the prototype, I know some people were like indifferent on it. I thought it looked pretty awesome. So I'm very, very excited for that. That is like, to me, one of the coolest costume designs from the MCU. Like, no, you're never going to forget, like, first seeing the Winter Soldier and that, like, mystique behind him. And then you find out that he killed Tony's parents and, you know, the whole, just everything behind. Yeah, right. Spoiler alert. Yeah, 76% is wild. In honor of 76%, I guess I will defend my Jack Sparrow. And let's do this. Let's do 5. This is 5 channel memberships in honor, rest in peace, to the Jack Sparrow at 76%. Let's see. Oh, Jim Collector's hiding in here. What's up, Jim Collector? That's crazy, Jim, that you didn't say what's up. I'm just joking. I hope you're doing well, Jim. We got 16 Junkie, K-Mac user, Mr. J. Good to see you guys. And then H-Tunes. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Congratulations. Welcome to the Hotties, or welcome back, potentially, some of you. I'm not sure. But yeah, Kaiju, I actually prefer this head sculpt on this one. I really do like it. And, you know, Chris Evans, ugh, I've never liked this.
Can you go back to the stance?
Which one? Tell me.
Right there.
That's a cool pose.
I mean, that looks way better than the other iteration. The other iteration, you couldn't move them.
Yeah, I think the other one is definitely more stiff. It seems like some people prefer like the thicker upper body on the previous one. Again, some people, not everybody. I don't know. I overall prefer this one for sure, and it's not just because I sold mine. It's not a coping mechanism, trust me.
Yeah, this looks like it has way better articulation.
I agree. I do agree. And yeah, I like the head sculpt. Shout out to my boy Zord. So
damn
cool
it!
to
Now
see
I gotta
him.
get this.
Yeah, you have to. That is a great shot of the likeness there for Chris Evans. That under the chin shot, I think that looks awesome.
So looking up.
Yeah, I think that looks good, man. I like that. That's a cool pose too. Like very simple, but allows you to display the helmet as well. That's a cool pose as well. Not really a pose, just a little like diorama setup that he made out of the parts. That's really cool. Yeah, I like the sculpt. I dig it, especially from like this. I like that like side angle there. I do like that. Yeah, it's a cool looking figure, man. I'm excited for it. I did ditch like all of my caps for this, though I do have technically 2 other caps on pre-order because I've got, so I sold the Endgame, I sold the 2012 Endgame, and I sold my limited to, I think, 300 Endgame version. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? I cut down a lot of my Marvel because it was just getting too out of hand. I know you're Mr. Never Sell. I'm Mr. Needs to Sell, and I've been doing much better about it myself because I don't want to run out of room and have to put things in other places. But hey, I'm happy with my decision. But all that to say, I have this on pre-order. That amazing looking face pull rescue cap, I pre-ordered that so fast because it looks so fantastic. Real leather jacket, real wood and metal Tommy gun.
I gotta order that.
Dude, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And that's one of my favorite looks for Cap, and I was waiting for Hot Toys to do it again, and now I don't have to wait because someone else did.
Do you have any Facebook stuff?
I don't, but I've heard very good things about them from
people. I'm loaded with Facepool. They make great stuff.
I almost got their Punisher, but I didn't like the John Bernthal sculpts. I didn't think they looked like him at all, so I ended up
They're putting out a new Lieutenant Winters from Band of Brothers.
That sculpt looks amazing, like the 2.0. Yeah, they
did
a really good job.
They tend to do that. They tend to do like, well, you're getting the 2.0 sculpt of the actor. I forget his name. But they also give you like the historic guy as well. So if you want to go for like historic accuracy, if you want that version, you can get that. So that's really cool that they do that.
Yeah, I agree. Chris or Lane, did you guys have any thoughts on the stealth suit Cap? Chris, you've had quite a few Caps in your collection before.
Yeah, and I sold. I mean, 2012 was also my definitive one when I was building it out. That's the one I kept around the longest, and just parted with it. I do think they've never like fully gotten Chris Evans' likeness right, but this one is pretty good. And I also find the fact that you had the version of this and you sold it, and now you're about to put it back in your collection.
Okay, first of all, that other version, that is not this one. And
no, I understand that. I'm just
the man himself is speaking. Zord Photography is here. By the way, shout out to Zord Photography. We were just talking about how awesome your photos were. Zord says this Cap is way superior to all the other Caps in his opinion. Endgame Cap is still worth keeping, but it's really night and day. Really hyped for everyone to get this one in. Yeah, dude, I'm excited for it, man. Like I said, I actually really dig the head sculpt too, and I like the pictures that you took of like kind of the lower side of the face. I think that really paints the Evans likeness for me. But yeah, dude, keep up the great work though, man. Keep up the great work. It's cool to see you on every single one now, because I remember when you did your first set of photos and we were all super hyped, and it's cool to see them. I guess they really liked it because they keep asking you back, so it's awesome to see, man. Lane, I know Chris probably has a couple more thoughts, but Lane, did you have any thoughts on this guy?
I mean, I think it looks cool. That the head sculpt for Evans it does have a little bit of feel, not quite the same of how the actual what do you call it? Human Torch one came out a little bit, but the helmeted one was perfect. Like that one looks dead on, I think like looks really, really good. I like this suit quite a bit, the stealth suit. Yeah, this one is not one that I went for just because I was kind of, out of the MCU stuff for the most part. If I had kept like my Winter Soldier or something like that, or got Winter Soldier Artisan, this was one I probably would have got to pair with it. But just I'm kind of gone more comic Marvel kind of and stuff more.
That's a crazy pose right there.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to leave it in that.
Sword, how the hell did you get him to hold the shield like that? I feel like I'm doing that. It's falling.
Yeah, that looks like your arm is like broken in half.
They broke that arm.
Yeah. But it's if you're looking for a really good Cap, this is a very good one to pick up.
Yeah.
I don't think this one's going to be super hard to get over time, more than likely. But they did a really solid job with it. It kind of just with everything we've had announcement wise and stuff, just kind of like it was there. It did take super long, but this is just sometimes where how long it takes to get a Hot Toy figure out. I think some of the hype kind of, because coming out this year, we're in the year of like Doomsday and all that stuff, and I think MCU people like the unfortunate thing is we have to wait all freaking year. But I think it's on Spider-Man to see what's going to happen with Spider-Man. Like just the if you're an MCU collector or traditional MCU collector, like yourself, where you're kind of like, hey, I'm kind of not doing this right now. But, yeah, I mean, I understand that, Big Dog Pound. But you're kind of almost in a holding pattern waiting because you've got two big movies. Like you're a big Spider-Man fan. So you kind of want to see what are they going to do for this movie. And then obviously the big one's Doomsday. And then you've got Secret Wars. So it's almost like if you're thinking about picking up any MCU, you kind of literally want to wait almost all year. Because you want to see what's going to happen with Spidey and you want to see what's going to come for Doomsday, from the end of next year. That feels like if you're going to go MCU or get MCU stuff, you should just sit this year out and wait till next year because you're probably going to get a lot of choice. Not even if you're going to buy a whole lot necessarily, but you're going to get, a lot of choice of characters that you might want to get. Because they're gonna do at least 6 or 7 figures, probably more, from that line from MCU. And then Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, I mean the tough thing is, Lane, is like clearly they're digging into the nostalgic stuff right now. So there's going to be a lot of nostalgia purchases.
There's X-Men. Like this feels like a year if you're an MCU person. And I know I'm just using an example because you kind of gone out a little bit. Yeah. You still like the MCU, but you want to see if this movie hooks you, it could get you. A little bit, and you don't want to go in or be getting other stuff that would take up space.
I've already decided that I'm not going to pull another Endgame and Infinity War with any of these movies. Like, I do want Holland from Brand New Day because I really like that suit, and I sold my red and blue Holland. I don't currently have a Holland because I want the Brand New Day suit because that appears like it's going to be a full cloth suit, which is what I want. But, yeah, I'm not going to go hard on any of these movies, like grabbing all of these different figures.
Literally, I'm just waiting for Downey Dr. Doom. Like, that's literally the only MCU figure that I kind of honestly care about or I'm thinking about. Yeah. Like, and even then, I got to really like how he looks. But that's like I said, I'm more Marvel stuff is if there's a cool comic figure that I really like. Like, you got the Dr. Doom. That's a really cool figure for representation. That's just more kind of what I. But that doesn't mean we're not going to see something in Brand New Day or Avengers. That I go, oh, dude, that's like really awesome. I'm getting, Red Hulk just because it's a cool looking Hulk to me, even though I don't really like the movie that much.
Yeah. Oh, Kaiju actually just sent me one of the photos. I'll pull that up real quick, and then I just want to look through these photos from 1/6 Lovers, because he did take a bunch of pictures actually at Secret Base with all the photos on display. So let me. Hold on one sec. Let me pull. I'm just going to pull this random tab up here. Pull him back up for now. Let me pull this photo up from Kaiju. So Kaiju actually sent me, which is what I was talking about earlier, the height comparison between the two. So let's see if it'll load. Doesn't want to load. This is crazy. Might not be showing the height comparison.
They increased the star size too, which is more accurate to the phone.
Yeah. Yep.
On his chest.
That's crazy. I just dropped the photo onto the tab and it just disappeared. Okay. Well, unfortunately,
you want me to share
it? if you can, yeah.
Yeah, give me a second.
We're just showing guys the comparison between this cap and the Endgame version, the previous version to this one, the previous stealth suit that everybody was probably letting go of. Pedro, I have to, dude. I have to. Like my collection in general just got really out of hand, and I still have a ton of figures. Don't get me wrong, but I have way less than I did before. I've sold off quite a bit, and I'm just not. I'm not buying figures out of hype anymore. Like, I'm glad that at least with Deadpool and Wolverine, I didn't feel the need to buy every single figure from Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm just not doing that anymore. Like, once the hype and the enjoyment of that movie kind of wears off, then you're like, oh. Why did I buy Ladypool? Why did I buy Kidpool? You know what I mean? And I just don't want to do that with. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of legacy characters in Doomsday. I'm sure there's going to be. And there might be 1 or 2 that I want. But I have no plans of going like all in on that line.
You're not. I'm doing the entire 16 line thing or something.
No, and that line's probably going to be super deep for sure.
Also might serve you too, where you just don't jump in right away. You're like, I'm going to wait the next 6 months before I pre-order anything to see what is everything they announce before I go do anything. Because there might be something I want. You go, well, I probably want to get this, but they put that character out actually, and I would rather get that one.
Yeah. So guys, here's a comparison between the two, between the new one that just released and the limited version. But again, like when you compare him to the new Thor, it looks like he's kind of scaled in line with Thor, and the scaling seems accurate between the two. And they, like Chris said, they upscaled the size of the star. So I mean, there, you know, some people do prefer that like more bulkier upper body. I think the proportions on the new one look more human and less like superhero. But I think I prefer the new one. And I actually,
What about the head?
I prefer the sculpt from the new one personally. And I've had the other one in hand. I agree with Jordan though. You know, Jordan is an expert when it comes to Chris Evans figures because she's super into Captain America and she, like, you know, is in a lot of the custom stuff and pays attention to the close details like I do with Predator and other things. So she was saying that she thinks both sculpts are off, and then that it's an incremental upgrade over the previous one. But me personally, again, having the original one in hand, or I should say, this is the second stealth suit because now this new one is the third. I prefer.
Do you have the first one?
I never had the first one, no, because when I started collecting Marvel at that point, that one already looked terrible.
But it came with Steve Rogers.
It did, yeah, which is very cool. But I don't need it, dude. Like I do like the civilian, dude. I like the civilian look for some characters. Like I do get Bruce Wayne's and I get Peter Parker's, but I don't need the.
I've got like 12 Captain Americas. Steve Rogers.
That's why you're scoffing at me. But I want to quickly go through these photos, and you know, while we're doing it, we could talk about Thor. How do I? Hold on. Let me do something here. Let me remove this. While we're doing it, we could talk about Thor. But again, shout out to my dude 16 Lovers. He took a lot of amazing photos at Secret Base, some really nice close-up high-res photos. I mean, you could see the frickin' mustache hairs sculpted into his face. They're so high-res. But got some pics of Jack here again at Secret Base. He is displayed with that beautiful, gross little necklace. I almost wish they would have done like some forearms for this one, like some swap out forearm pieces, because that's kind of gross looking. And we didn't mention this earlier, but it seems like the hand gestures are all reused, which kind of makes it awkward to hold the feather wand there.
I heard he has a ring on in the sculpt that he doesn't have in the movie.
Yeah, I heard that as well. OMG Hot Toys, yes. We're taking a look at Hot Toys today. Let's see. Big Dog Man says, I'm willing to trade my InArt Heath Ledger Joker 2-pack and Paul Atreides for some Module cases. Hey guys, if you're in the market for those figures, definitely hit up Big Dog Pound. Jordan says, I want to stress in my comments that yes, it's better than the previous cast releases. I'm just torn on spending. I get it, Jordan. And like I said, you're very much honed in on the details and you like the custom stuff and you're just chasing like as close to perfection as you can get. So I can understand that. Guys, we have shots here. Instead of looking at the Hot Toys photos, I figured why not just jump into these photos. Here we have pictures of the Artisan Thor. I think this is very, very exciting for multiple reasons. Number one, we're seeing a return of the AOU line out of nowhere with two figures, not only the Artisan Thor, but the Mark 43 second version now, the 2.0 of the diecast version. But we have an Artisan Thor, guys, and as limited as my Marvel collecting is now, I've said that I would get an Artisan Thor. I want like my favorite versions or whatever versions we get that I see fit to add to my collection. I want one of each of the OG Avengers to have that OG Avengers lineup. So now this will be my second one. I've got the Artisan Black Widow and now this Thor. We're definitely going to get a new Mark 7, 100%. The Mark 7 is undersized now. It doesn't have USB power, any of that stuff. They're going to do a new diecast Mark 7, and that is what I will jump on. But yeah, I think this Thor looks good. I will say, and I have some other closer-up shots, the hairline looks a little questionable, kind of like that God Loki. So I'm a bit worried about that, but I do really love his look in AOU. I think this is a really nice look for Thor. I don't know how you guys feel. I would never use the armored sleeves. You got to go sleeveless with Thor, I think. I just like that breakup of color with the skin tone on the armor, like the breastplate. I don't know, man. I like this look right here. That's the look for me. But I think the hair itself looks good. Like I said, the hairline looks a little bit messy here. It just kind of gives me like the God Loki vibes a little bit. Not as bad as the God Loki though. Like from the front here, you could see it's not too bad. It's just not as like crisp as like an InArt hairline would be, or that Barbossa if we ever get to see that hairline.
Does it just feel like we're all kind of feeling a little on the Artisan figures? Like honestly,
well, it's not all of them. It depends on what it is, right? So like obviously, Ballerina Like that one was a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second to think of what you were talking. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah,
the Wick movie, girl.
But John Wick, I think, looks really good. I'm happy with how John Wick looks. I think overall the styling of Thor's hair here looks very nice. I'm just a little worried about the hairline and how it's going to turn out in the final product.
And it's the Thor you've been waiting for, though.
Yeah, I mean, I of course, if I had the choice, it'd be from Avengers 1, but I have always thought this is one of Thor's best looks. So I also, to make Kaiju gasp some more, I sold all of my Thors as well. So I had Infinity War, I had Endgame, and then I had Love and Thunder that I never opened because I was like, why the heck did you buy this? So I sold all of those as well. And
how do people take you seriously if you're giving up all your figures? What are you doing?
Kaiju, you know how they take you seriously?
I don't. What is this?
Look at the
you
army
behind
behind
and tell them, get out of here.
No, dude.
Like,
are these figures behind you on loan? Are they even your figures?
Well, considering they've been there for years, I would hope I'm not paying a loan on them.
Are you letting your brother like rent space right now? So that's why you have them all back there.
Right? Yeah. Right. I would not get an Artisan
Thor.
No, I hate the Fat Thor look. I liked how he acted as Fat Thor. Like I thought it was a fun little switch up for the character. I just didn't like the look. It's just not for me. And I had the figure in my collection, but it was like at the time I got it for so cheap, and it like completed my Endgame shelf. But yeah, I sold that one.
So you don't have an Endgame shelf anymore?
No, I have for Marvel. Here's. Let me tell you, Kaiju. So as you're judging me, I have a very built-out Raimi-verse Spider-Man shelf. Customs that were all very expensive that I'm like, I could sell these and buy the stuff that I really want. So I've got a custom Battle Damage Toby. I've got a custom Black Suit Toby. I've got a custom Spider-Man 2 Toby being worked on.
You prefer the Raimi films to the Endgame movie?
Yep. 100%.
Kaiju's like, peace out. I will see you
all day, any day, and twice on Sunday. All day, any day. And twice
even I'm a little bit, and I love the Toby Spider-Man, except for Mary Jane. But
I love my Toby Spider-Man, dude. It's
I know. I like Toby Spider-Man. I just don't like Mary Jane. But the I mean that is a look great, but I guess I can't say anything. You know, I mean I'm down to for any just Marvel in general. I think I have one MCU figure. I have brown and tan suit Wolverine because I had to get some kind of Jackman Wolverine, and I prefer that look over the Tiger Stripe.
Here's the thing, right? It's like, dude, when it comes to figures, I collect a little bit of everything. I collect caustic plastic. I collect in art, you know. So I can't have Kaiju. You're forgetting I still have like probably over 200 figures. I know you're probably looking at like, what do you have, like 600 or something crazy? 500? Yeah. So I will never ever get to 500 figures. I would literally become a hoarder. So for me, it's like, what do I prioritize? Okay, I prioritize what I love the most, and then I can do like, so I've got a couple Blade figures. I've got the Present Toys Blade that I body swapped, and I've got the So-So Blade. That means a lot to me because that's nostalgia. Like that's like pure nostalgia. That I've got the Nick Cage.
He likes customs of like Connor plays around in the custom world a lot more.
Kaiju, let me tell you something else. On that same shelf where my Marvel is housed, I have over 20 Predator figures. 10 of them are customs. So it's like I don't have room. It's like, what do I love more? Do I love Endgame Infinity War figures, most of them that look outdated now, or do I love my Predator figures more?
Wait a minute. There's one good Predator movie.
Okay. Yeah,
with one Predator.
No.
Every other movie is okay.
No.
Or garbage.
No.
You put those Predators over the Endgame characters?
Sure will.
Awesome.
Sure will.
Oh my God!
Mike
Harrigan, dude.
I'm never gonna say the Predator movies are like the greatest film series ever, but they're in most of the not all the Predators. Like the Predator is not a good movie, but they're still all in every Predator movie.
Fig knew he had to come back in to help me.
Yeah,
they're shaking his head at you, my guy.
Yeah, no,
Fig. He was disrespecting Raimi verse, bro. Come on, bro.
What? Hold on, what? How dare you? Who said that, Lane?
Raimi-verse,
Lane, who said this?
Saga. Infinity Saga.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this, right? Sam Raimi only needed 3 films to prove his point. Endgame was years and years
Infinity
of films. I love
Endgame.
it.
Boom, 1-2 punch.
But it was years of build up, bro. It was years of build up. Like
It took at least a decade.
Kills those movies. Mary Jane is
That
the
took
worst.
a decade.
Mary
Same
Jane is
plot
a small
every
part
movie.
in this film. Nah, dude. Well,
I'm
Endgame
not gonna
Infinity
lie though, Mary Jane was wild. I'm not gonna lie, she was a wild one.
Yeah.
She was awful.
But
She
did
was
it
playing
ruin
games
the
with
movies,
Peter's
though?
heart.
No.
No.
I can't watch Raimi movies because of Mary Jane.
Hey, I hate to do it or interrupt, but I gotta dip out.
All right, dude.
Some stuff
Later.
coming up with Noah.
No worries.
All right.
See
See
you,
y'all.
dude.
Good chatting
Peace.
with y'all.
Man.
Sorry, I couldn't stay longer.
Take care.
It was
Hope all
good
is
talking
well,
about the
brother.
stuff I did. Yeah, appreciate it. See you guys.
See ya.
Yeah.
The Raimi movies, like the NCU movies, have their flaws, but Toby Spider-Man.
Connor, put a poll up.
All right, let's see. So you're saying Infinity War and Endgame versus Raimi Spider-Man
Versus the Raimi trilogy. What would you rather watch? What would you rather have on your shelf?
No,
Get out of
we're
here.
not specifying
He's
anything.
afraid to do it.
I
no,
can,
I'm not.
No, I can say it right now. I'd rather have the Raimi trilogy, like without even.
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
The
Lane.
third movie is garbage. Garbage.
Because you're talking
And-
about.
And
Hey, I'm not gonna say I like it. Hey, I love Captain America. Captain America is one of my favorite movie series of all time. I love the Captain America movies, but there were movies in the MCU like Infinity War and Endgame together as their own duology. Like I think are good, but not great movies. There are moments I like in them, but I think the stories, especially, I'm just comparing the duology of Avengers Infinity War.
What's up,
and
Sal? Good to
Endgame
see you, bro.
Versus the kind of
Look,
complete
I'll say
character
this. Let me be on record for those that are on the replay.
Okay.
Let me be on record for those that are on the replay. Sorry to cut you off, Lane.
Yeah,
I very much enjoyed the whole Infinity Saga. I loved it. But when it comes to nostalgia, I grew up on the Sam Raimi films. I quote those films all the time. Like, it just means more to me when it comes to, from a collecting standpoint. I can get a figure done by Riley Lowe that looks almost like it did in the film, or I can have some shitty Infinity War figure with loose ankles and shitty proportions. You know what I mean? So it's like the only figure for me that really truly held up from that line. There's 2 of them, Thor and Thanos. Those are the 2 from the Infinity War line that still hold up to me. The rest of them, they look dated. So for me, I don't like keeping dated figures if it's not like a rare character. You know what I mean? Like I have the Hot Toys Tonto. They're never going to make him again. But I'd rather, and I think Fig can agree, quality over quantity when it comes to Marvel. I want like the newest, best version of these legacy characters. And that's just how I look at it.
Every day.
you got a member. Yeah, do that. Post it.
OG Fan says, Kaiju dropping hard facts tonight. You love to see it. Old boys represent. No quarter ass, none given. A great show, guys.
Y'all didn't grow up with the Raimi verse, the X-Men, the back in early 2000s Marvel.
Yeah.
What
Like
do you mean?
growing up with that.
Was I born yesterday? What are you talking about? I'm older than
saying
you.
being a
What are you
child
talking
with
about?
that, being a kid growing up with that. That's
Dude,
the
Kaiju
nostalgia,
was a kid
I'm
when
an eternal
77
kid.
Spider-Man was out, dude. That's why I'm surprised he's not arguing for 77.
66.
Yeah, I'm talking about, sorry, Pedro, I should specify, from the original line, not the figures that popped up later. The original Infinity War line specifically. A lot of those figures look dated now. What's up, Big Rib? Good to see you, my friend. I still like Spider-Man 3. It is my least favorite of the 3, but I still like Spider-Man 3. I still like it.
I'm waiting on the Venom. Where's the Venom?
He's coming in
Well,
one shot if you want him.
I can't go that far with the Venom because, like,
I love the Topher Grace.
with the comic Venom or something like that. Those figures.
All right, guys. We'll keep we got our poll up still. Sorry, I want to steer the conversation back. We'll keep our poll
back
up.
to what we should be talking about.
But let's finish up this conversation so we can finish out our last couple topics. But we haven't talked about the Mark 43 yet. Again, Thor. We just showed the pictures of Thor. I don't know if you guys have any additional comments on Thor before we take a look.
I'm copping Thor. I copped 2 actually.
Yeah, I grabbed Thor myself. I'm excited for it. I just think the hairline could be a little bit better, but maybe we'll see some improvement. You know, it is a prototype. Yeah, I think it looks good. And again, for me, got to use the seamless arms. That's just completing the look right there. No armored sleeves for me. Like, even for Wolverine, I don't know. I feel like I kind of prefer... I don't know about you, Fig. I kind of prefer the sleeveless look as well for Wolverine.
I did one of each.
Yeah. Well, even, like, what about comic Wolverine? Like, sleeveless, right? That's the best.
Comic
like
sleeveless,
stripe.
obviously.
Yeah, tiger stripe with the sleeveless. Yeah.
Me and Kaiju on the same page with that, with the the 90s X-Men animated Jim Lee style. We're in the same page right there.
Yeah.
Nine Sentinels.
Red Priest, you're not supposed to say that out loud, dude. You're not. Stop swaying votes in the other direction. Come on, dude. Somebody go make like 9 accounts or something and vote in this poll. Help us out. Yeah,
man, if I was on the
computer,
I would have hooked it up. I would have hooked it up.
Shit. Me too. I gotta be back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom, guys. Vote in the poll. Hey, we're going up against giants. That's all I'm saying. Bro.
Damn.
But yeah, the Thor looks great. I will say the Mark 43. I think this is, you look at this Mark 43 and how complete of an announcement this is, and then you look back at that Jack and you're like, well, shit, what happened? Because they even included a freaking like completely detachable, like all of his body parts come off like an Ultron Sentry, which was really cool. I think a smart move for them would have been, though, to like do the Ultron Sentry by itself as well, so you can kind of buy that up. I get it, they're kind of paywalling it behind the deluxe, but it would have been smart of them to do. They probably would have sold a decent amount of them, especially because, let's be real, they're going to announce a new Ultron in diecast. I think it's going to happen. Maybe not full diecast. Yeah, maybe not full diecast because he has very complex lines, but at least like diecast joints. I think it's very possible. But yeah, this looks fantastic. I really don't have any notes on this one. This is like what you expect every Iron Man release to be moving forward. Or release
it's just over $500. That's just the one thing nonetheless you got to keep in mind.
Yeah, I don't think that's terrible considering he comes with the Ultron. Like,
yeah,
600 for the deluxe.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's
all
pricey.
in.
Yeah, it's pricey. But a lot of people who don't get the deluxe are probably going to be pretty butthurt when they announce a new Ultron. And who knows, maybe they'll do like Quicksilver, another like Wanda. Who knows? Who knows how hard they're going to go? I know for sure, though, they're going to do a new Hulkbuster. That's going to happen. There's going to be a new Hulkbuster.
What do you think they're going to do that's different?
With the Hulkbuster?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What the Hulkbuster, the previous one, was that USB powered?
No.
Okay, so USB power. And Fig and or maybe it was Flavio I was talking to. I was like, what if they include like a power pose lower torso for the upper half that pops out so you can kind of stick them on the legs? I mean, don't know if they would do that, but it
would be die cast. I mean, the price on that would be insane.
Well, no, because I thought the original one, the Mark 43 torso that went inside was plastic. Because remember the original one came.
So
that's what I was saying. Like, a set of legs to pair with the Mark 43 if you were to pull him out. You see what I'm saying? Like to pull the torso out of the Hulkbuster.
Yeah. But I want them to go back to the original Hulkbuster design, which didn't include the cavity for the figure.
Yeah.
So too many people started complaining that they wanted to put their Iron Man inside, and Hot Toys went back and redesigned the entire thing to accommodate that. And now he's basically a statue, right? It's like, he can move like this, but he can't articulate because they have that cavity. But the original design didn't account for that, so he could be a lot more easily maneuverable, a lot more articulated. I want them to go back to that.
Yeah.
Do that.
I like the bust idea personally.
As soon as you think he's out, he's back in. And I think you're right. I think he is in the Mark 45 during like the final battle. I think so. I think you're right. I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, I think he was. I will say this. I love the Mark 43. I had the diecast version before I let it go. Like, it's a dope... Dude, Kaiju, when it comes to Marvel, I sold off like 80% of it, bro. It's... But my Star Wars, I still have trouble selling anything, so it's okay. But I had the first... Mark 43, or I guess because they reissued it. It was like a direct reissue. They did the Mark 43 a second time. So this is
Yes.
technically like a 2.0. And it was a good figure, and I love the Mark 43. Look, I'm not a big Mark 42 guy. I think the Mark 43 is just a cooler version, a cooler successor to that suit. Although that figure with the battery and everything, that's a cool figure. I do like that. But yeah, this is a neat figure, man. And the sculpts, I feel like the sculpts for Tony Stark just keep getting better. Like, you know, they struggled for years to kind of nail that Robert Downey Jr. likeness, and it's like once they got it after like the Mark 85 incident, it's like it's just gone up from there, and everything they do now for Tony Stark is very good. Like this is, even in this like somewhat subpar lighting, I think it looks great. It's a great looking head sculpt. But,
except for the Mark 6 and Mark 6 and the, what was the other one? And the Mark 7 suit up. I didn't like those head sculpts.
The Mark 6
7,
I would agree
yeah.
with. I actually much liked the Mark 7 suit up in person after I got it. At first with the photos, I was like, come on, man.
Isn't it out of proportion though? Like I like it, but it's out of proportion with the body.
I think it's
right?
how you
Right.
pose the figure, honestly. I mean, you know, I wouldn't know. I can't pose it now because I sold it, but
How's that poll coming? What's the results? Close it.
I'm sure.
Let's
Oh, he
go
wants to
taste
close it
test
out. Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't like this figure. Guys, if you want to get any last minute votes in for the Raimi trilogy, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Not the Raimi trilogy. Don't frame it like
You already
that.
lost, dude.
I know some people
Raimi,
make
guys.
mistakes here and there, but
Let's go,
All right.
Raimi.
all right, I'm gonna close it. 67% said, "Hey, we will take 30%. That means we still got some real ones in the chat. Kaiju will take his victory. That's okay." Hey, Ian, the Mark 6 is great, and to be fair, that figure sells for a shit ton of money, especially
Somebody
the gantry
last
version.
minute voted for Raimi because when I looked before you ended that, it was 26 votes, and it was
Nice.
yeah.
I will take it.
Snooze, you lose. That's
We'll
that's
take
the
it.
lesson.
Yeah, Equan. Hey, listen, dude. I'm trying to be a good role model, right? Because I've still got over 200 figures. Look at Kaiju's background, bro.
That
What
should
do you-
be a new thing. That should be a
What-
new go.
Yeah, what is the first thing you see in his background? This dude's got a freaking artillery shells of prints
It's
behind him.
spilling
that aren't-
over the shelves. It looks like he's using stuff to stack
Uh,
to get to the shelf height.
But anyways, guys, trust me, I saw it's so funny too. Every time I put figures, which is why I don't sell on Facebook very often anymore. Every time I put something up for sale, what is he showing us here? It looks like Reptar. Hold on, was this?
Reptar.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like the art style. He got it
It's
out
like
of the
an
tube.
animated Godzilla.
He said that's why I save him.
right, so I could do this.
Oh, wait, Connor, you're a Disney guy, right?
Yes, sir. So is Chris. Let's see what he's got.
Another one.
Oh
Come
shit,
on.
Little
No,
Mermaid.
it's
That's
on
cool.
the
Oh,
show.
Finding Nemo. Duh, Finding Nemo. I thought it was Little Mermaid.
Holy
or something.
cow!
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Oh yeah, there's Nemo right there. Look at him. That's cool.
And the
Is
anemones.
that from Bottleneck?
No, this is from Spoke Eye.
Oh, okay. I think I've looked at something with them before. Like I was almost interested in buying it. I almost, they almost got me. I swore I wouldn't buy any more prints. They almost got me with that 3-piece the other day that they dropped. The
Oh, I
Star
passed
Wars
on
prints.
that.
I liked them a lot, but I've been like, how do you display that without taking up a shit ton of room,
Well, that's the thing, and also with the anniversary next year, I know they're gonna re-release like those old original prints, kind of retouched and redone. I'm waiting on those.
Yeah. Disrespectful, dude.
Some truth.
There's no
Truth
way, dude.
coming out in this.
There's no way you're putting
One
Tom,
movie only has 2, and it's still the third best trilogy.
You're putting
What?
Tom
What?
Holland over Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Are you kidding me? On
Bro, the
suits
early
alone.
2000s
I'm
hated
sorry,
it.
Only
man,
got 2
like-
movies. And it's a
I'm
better
sorry, man. You
trilogy.
guys got to go to the timeout room if they're.
All right,
I
first of
mean,
all,
Andrew
first of all,
didn't even get a.
The
third
Amazing
film in
Spider-Man
his-
had some of the worst villains in history from Spider-Man. Like, what was that Rhino? Just a dude in a suit?
Hey,
Like,
they
are
were
you
trying to build the
serious?
Sinister Six. We're
Yeah,
not
well, they
talking
should have
about-
tried a little
you
bit
leave-
harder.
You leave Tasm out of it.
Or the
That
Smurf
Hot Toys
Electro.
Rhino was really impressive.
Yeah,
What?
Dead fix, maybe.
that's
They
crazy.
had it at Toy Sapiens. It was insane. It
That's
looked
crazy.
great.
Okay, at least Ian's bagged me. He said, okay, the intro
Yeah, I
Garfield
think it's-
movies are god awful. This is crazy, bro. I mean, Is this like the Tom Holland fan club that you guys invited in here or something? Andrew Garfield fan club? What's going on here, dude?
They spread the word.
Right? They're like, guys, come in here and vote. Kaiju put it in his Facebook.
Well, the Nicholas Hammond stuff, that was a trilogy too. They put out a few movies there.
Yeah, I think you're the only one in here that knew that.
I'm the only one maybe with the 77 Spider-Man.
Dated himself.
Wait, do you have the 77 Spider-Man, Connor?
I do. I have it on pre-order. I haven't paid it off yet, but I do have it on pre-order, yeah.
And when are you going to sell that?
Probably when it shows up. Yeah, right when it shows up, dude. Have you seen what it's going for? $1,100, dude. That's my Ghostbusters 4-pack. What would you rather have? 77 Spider-Man or Ghostbusters 4-pack? I already know your answer.
I already have a Ghostbusters 4-pack.
Right, but if you didn't have it and you could almost fund the Ghostbusters... I know you. You're a big Ghostbusters guy. You would approve that.
I'm a bigger Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man fan.
That's crazy.
Oh.
He's my Spider-Man. I grew up as a kid watching that. That's my Spider-Man.
Ekwan says, no one's talking about the underrated Morbius, Madam Web, Craven, Triple Threat. Oh, this is really going to piss off Kaiju. I still have my Morbius figure because I have the...
You got rid of the other figures, but you have that?
Here's why. I have a Midnight Suns display. I've got Ghost Rider. I've got Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider. I've got Moon Knight on pre-order. I've got Blade. So I've got a Midnight Suns display. It makes sense.
I'm gonna play some music to demonetize this.
Go ahead.
That's a punishment for you.
Go ahead, dude.
You're still in Morbin time, bro? Damn.
Yeah, I'm still in Morbin time. But real quick, guys, I want to talk about the 66 Julie Newmar Catwoman finally going up for pre-order. Yost originally said like next week, but I guess when he said it was like 4 days ago, so he meant like this coming week. So actually Friday, this is going up for pre-order. I'm very excited for this. I think they've really done a great job at dialing in on the head sculpts.
That weighs crazy.
Yeah, he also announced that that there's going to be a signature edition. Julie Newmar is going to be doing some signature plates. So that's really exciting because he also did one for BTAS, like the creator of Harley Quinn and one of the writers on the show. And he did Burt Ward also for the Bat Cycle, which is really cool. I think she looks great. I really do. I think she looks awesome. And unlike Jack Sparrow, he is actually doing the chair for 66 Catwoman. And I think they've chosen a great material here because clearly she's very posable and she's sitting in the chair very naturally, and she's got the little cat trophy. I think she looks awesome, man. I mean, she truly, like, they made her look beautiful. Julie Newmar was very beautiful when she was younger.
What's the price on it?
Looks great. We don't know yet because they're not officially up for pre-order until Friday. So I imagine the DX is going to be on the pricier side because it comes with multiple rooted hair head sculpts. And he does obviously charge 400 more.
Now, is she signing at random or like it's
no.
you can purchase?
Yeah, so the way he does it, he'll do a signature edition. So
Edition,
like BTAS,
and it's limited or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
And for like BTAS, I bought the signature edition of Batman.
Yeah. It'll be numbered though, right? Too.
Yes, he always does numbers for
That's
his
cool.
limited
I like
stuff
like that.
Yeah, and the fact that he's got the actress that played her, who thankfully is still alive and still around to sign, and he's got her on board and she signed off on this figure, like, is pretty special. So he did put up a poll, like, asking people what they would want for, like, the additional, like, neutral head sculpt included with the DX set, I think. And the one that I voted for, I really liked this one here, the Sculpt 3. I like that, like, sassy look that she has. Kind of like a cunning look, which is like very fitting for Catwoman especially. And it seems like most people agree because it looks like that's the one he's including.
I chose 2, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Because he said like a standard expression, so I thought 2 was the best one.
Yeah, I liked this one. I just didn't like the visible teeth. Like when you have visible teeth, I'd rather have that than this. You know.
I like 3 as well out of this bunch.
Yeah, I just like for a neutral expression, I like 3. I dig it. But yeah, she looks
great.
great.
To go neutral anyway.
Yeah. Boba said, yes, the mighty Yost has knocked it out of the park on this Catwoman. I'm going to pre-order the fuck out of this one. I am too. I'm very excited for this. I've got a lot of my Mars Toys 66 stuff, and he hasn't done Julie Newmar Catwoman, so she's going to fit in really nicely. And Julie Newmar is my favorite portrayal for the 60s Catwoman. I think she's my favorite. She's got that look, and not that the others weren't good. I like Julie Newmar. She looks great, dude. And then he's doing a Linda Carter Wonder Woman, which is going to be an insane announcement.
Is he?
Yes, yes. and he's taking it very seriously. The head sculpts have been revised multiple times. They look really good, and yeah, I cannot wait for that. Yeah.
Do you know what body he's gonna use?
He does all custom bodies. So other than the realistic Batman,
seamless,
yeah, seamless. Yeah, he's done seamless custom bodies. He did a custom seamless body for Catwoman that how many revisions did he say he made? Fig, I don't know, like 16 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, like so he's gone really hard on these figures so far. So I'm excited to see this. But yeah, the Linda Carter Wonder Woman will have a fully custom seamless body. You know, all in-house head sculpts, everything. That's going to be
this year.
Well, he showed updated prototypes of the sculpt, so I believe so. Yeah, I think that will be this year.
Maybe in a month or two.
Oh, OG's fans give me some points back for the for the Sculpt 3 choice. Yeah, I would say that's probably accurate, Fig. He's probably like, because I know like the Joker prototype is nearly ready, or at least I would think it's nearly ready because he showed renders a while ago of like everything mapped out. No, dude. Look, Batman, I don't really sell much at all from Batman. The DC in general, you know, I'm a big Batman fan, so I have a live action representation of every live action Batman.
Have you ever sold off a Batman?
I have. I sold off, which I thought was a terrible figure.
He did.
I sold my Pattinson Hot Toys Batman to get the in art all in set with the signal and everything, which was a great choice on my end. I sold
pat on the back.
Yeah, I sold the tactical suit Batman 2.0 because that figure is terrible. Sold that. I did sell my Saturn Toys 66 Batman and Robin because Yost is doing them. So I want his versions. Also,
does Maz know this?
Yeah, I told him I was selling them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I sold them, I literally told him. I don't think I've sold it. I sold my DX19, but I also have both armories. So it's like, I think that's a good reason to sell the old one. I usually, when it comes to Batman, I'm usually just selling to upgrade. And I did sell, like, I sold off most of the Justice League figures because they look dated as well. So I sold those off. I mainly, when it comes to DC, I mainly sell off because they're dated. And just to upgrade. Like, I sold my WB 100 Wonder Woman to get the in-art one. Though I still thought it looked pretty good, I did sell that to fund the in-art one. Yeah.
Okay. Cyborg still looks good, though.
I think he's the best of the line because he came out.
He's the most recent one, though, right?
Yeah, he came out like 2 years after all the other ones, or even more than that, actually. Because it was like 2021 he got announced, I think.
Yeah, Yeah,
so maybe 3 years. Jason in the house. What's up, my friend? Another hotline hottie. Hope you're doing well, Jason. Kaju's been grilling me tonight, dude. Where's Al, by the way? Al dropped his
Al was here. Al told me, good job, Kaiju. Put that dude in his place.
He also called you Saitama, the first comment he made when he came in. So,
well, I put my face on the Saitama thing, so it's okay.
Dude, yeah, these head sculpts. This is shout out to Viola, who does. I think that's her first name, Viola. She does amazing work for Yost, and she's an excellent painter, and she does the hair rooting as well. And she did such a great job at like mimicking the makeup with this paint job. It looks amazing. And I mean, like I said, they truly made her look beautiful like she did when she was younger. Like, this looks like a real person to me. But yeah, seeing that Sculpt 3 here, Fig, I don't know, bro. That Sculpt is money. I really like all of them, but Sculpt 3.
that one's really good. I never knew her eyebrows were like that.
Yeah. I think it was done with makeup, I'm assuming, like mascara or something.
I would hope so.
Yeah. I mean, they're not her real eyebrows, but yeah, I'm just joking. But yeah, that Sculpt 3 is money, man. That's probably the one I'll use because I think this is just a multi-head sculpt thing, not a multi-body thing.
And you're giving one of these away to one of the Hot Toys hotties? Is that what you were saying?
I don't know who told you that. Maybe Lane will. Lane's got.
Come on, dude. Entice people. What are you doing?
I am enticing.
I'm not gonna lie. Sculpt 3 is the best. Sculpt 3 is the best.
You're like, shit.
I
it's
like
that photo though, right?
He's like,
no, it's because it does look good.
Little dimples.
Yeah, it's because I was trying to go more neutral. That's why I went 2. But it's like, I guess her smiling is the neutral one. So I never seen her in action. I don't know.
What'd you say, Kaiju?
Can you expand this more?
Yeah.
Can you go to the angry sculpt? What's going on with her bottom lip?
It does look a little weird.
Yeah, a little thin, perhaps.
Yeah,
and it's like it's just colored.
I looked at the pictures though with like her mask on and stuff. Like it looks better. I think a little bit.
That's what I heard, Jason. I heard this.
Yeah, I'm offering free stuff from Kana, of course.
The Catwoman release needs 2 head sculpts, 3 and angry. Yeah, did he say how many sculpts
really
did he say he was
with
including?
The paint and stuff, like having it look like she has blush and actual.
That's what I was saying. Like, yeah,
like the gloss on it's pretty good.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. They did a great job. I mean, you know, another thing that they did a great job on are her cat claws. We'll zoom in on that.
Yeah,
looks great, man. It
what
really
about
does.
her kitty cat whiskers?
I think they're the time and extra effort they put into doing this and everything has paid off. You know, honestly, I would probably get this, but considering since I just pre-ordered not too long ago the Hathaway Catwoman from InArt, like I'm kind of like you're saying, I have to be careful which specific versions of characters I'm going to go for, you know, and because I kind of committed to her already, I'm probably not going to, even though I love Julie Newmar. I watched in reruns for when I was a kid, the Batman Adam West show and everything, like so many times. And she was, along with the Cesar Romero Joker, one of my favorite bad guys and everything. Yeah. Even though I could never figure out why, you know, because I was like 6 or 7 years old, I could never figure out, like, why is Batman acting like an idiot around her? I'm like, well, now I understand it.
Yeah. It's just such like they're like really like zany, especially the TV show, because I recently started watching the TV show, like instead of just remembering it from memory here and there when I would watch it with my grandfather.
You can get the Blu-ray set for it. It's not very expensive.
I started like diving into it and rewatching it all because I had vivid memories of the movie but never of the TV show. So I started.
And that wasn't even her playing Catwoman in that movie.
Right. So, yeah, this is very exciting. And just for Kaiju, before we close out for the day, perfect timing because I know Lane has to go. Works out. I will pull up the Linda Carter Wonder Woman sculpts to show everybody. Because I think they're looking very good because he has revised them a few times. And, of course, Linda Carter, it's unbelievable the fan base that she still has. So, of course, whenever Yost was posting those sculpts, people had their comments on what needed to be revised and whatever. And he stuck to it. And I think he knows how important it is because he seems very excited about it himself. Let me see if I could pull up. I'm trying to find these photos here. Facebook's being slow. Where is it? Come on. It's been a minute since he showed those, I think. Why is
I don't think they exist.
They do exist right now. Now I have to find it. All right. Don't exist, huh? Hold on, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. What the heck are these photos, dude? Why is it not popping up? Of course, like I'm on the spot here. Let's see.
Send it to me.
No, I'm like it's literally not popping up when I'm searching.
Yeah, but
I know it.
It's not going into the StreamYard like the picture I sent you.
Oh, what did you found?
Like if you send it to me, I can put it in.
Oh no, I'm literally saying that I cannot find the pictures like when I'm searching on Jazz Inc. Hold on. Let me go to the actual Facebook page and not the group. He might have it on there. Oh yeah, here they're right here. Let's see. Stop playing with me, Kaiju. Here we go. There's one. Beautiful.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And now, of course, we got to see the hair, but it's a complicated hairstyle, but that likeness is really good. Oh, that's something else. That's the kit.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, this is really good. So, yeah, very, very exciting.
6 of them.
I'm sure you will get 6 of them.
And I'll keep
them.
Yeah.
He's making a call of Wonder Woman.
Shit, thanks for reminding me, Fig. I almost closed it out. One more little quick topic, guys, before we close out. I had to pull it up, and I, for some reason, closed the tab. Hold on. There we go. So, shout out to my dude, 6 Scale Treasures. I know Fig wanted to talk about this real quick because 6 Scale Treasures, and by the way, guys, I will start by saying these are not real figures. These are just, like, really well-done AI concepts that my dude 6 Scale Treasures has been putting together.
Disclaimers.
They're really cool.
Yeah, because when I shared the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man stuff, I had so many people message me and say, "Is this real?" I'm like, no, it's not.
Dude, the Spider-Man stuff is what's
It's
incredible,
amazing.
and like only if they did, man, it would have looked insane.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Shout out to my dude 6-Scale Treasures. But yeah, so we got take it away because I'm sure you're gonna want to talk about the most recent 2 that he just put up.
Well, you know, this is my boy, 6-Scale Treasures. He's a fellow early 2000s lover. You know what I'm saying? I know Connor is too, but he's more on the Spider-Man end. I think my boy 6-Scale Treasures likes it all like I do. And this right here, it would be a dream come true to see this. X-Men 1 Logan, you know, from the snow fight with Sabretooth, which is also going to lead to the next picture. But just to see early Sabretooth. That's my Sabretooth right there.
Like, one that got his head cut off in like a second in Deadpool Wolverine.
Man, Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds is trash for that, man. He hyped it up like, oh, you guys get your socks ready. And he gets his head cut off within the first 2 seconds. Like, what is that? Yeah. Like, I didn't like that. But this is still my Sabretooth. I feel like early 2000s Marvel is probably the most ignored era and IP by Hot Toys. They make everything. RoboCop, 60s characters, 70s characters, 80s characters, 90s characters, 2000, even other 2000s characters. But they won't make X-Men. They won't make the following one, Daredevil. They just don't want to touch it. And it's like, I get it. Maybe a lot of people, Kaiju, don't like that kind of stuff. But you know, still we need that love. It's like there's figures they make that nobody cares about, and they're just kind of throwing a line in the water, hoping something bites. But give it a chance. I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to buy this. My era, which are getting older and willing to spend this kind of money for this kind of nostalgia, we're entering that age now. So we need to get represented.
Instead of this Daredevil, I'd take Elektra over him.
I would get this over Elektra personally. I always loved his suit. Bro. I didn't think his movie was great, but I always loved his suit, and I did think it is like a nostalgic movie. But I do think in a Daredevil appearance standpoint, I think Charlie Cox is my preferred Daredevil. But I do like this suit. I think this suit's better than any suit that Charlie Cox has had personally.
Yeah. Plus the comic accurate, the way the nose is out there, you know.
And to get the double D, we got to get a black and red suit. Like, come on, dude.
You feel me? The disrespect.
Yeah, it is crazy. Now the other ones he did, again, guys, shout out to 6-Scale Treasures. That's my guy
follow
as well. Yeah, give him a follow. Look at all the comparisons he does, man. Remember I was talking about this earlier, how that expression is very similar to a shot that he pulled from the film. So it's definitely valid. I thought this one was hilarious. This is so funny to me. He did the Pizza Boy, bro. Come on now. Remember the Pizza
It's dope,
Boy?
but I wouldn't cop.
Pizza time.
Yeah. Pizza time. 100% we cop this.
Oh my gosh.
Norman was weak.
He does dream things.
Godspeed.
His heart, Norman. We attack his heart.
It's a fake. Yeah. J. Jonah Jameson is coming sooner than expected, guys. You just have to stay tuned and see. Somebody's doing it. Somebody's going to do it. Wink, wink.
There's a thief.
He stole my suit. He's a menace to the entire city. I love that he put the quotes with it. It's so funny. But yeah, these are like so well done. You know, another person that's really good with AI is shout out to Jose Plus. He's another one that's crazy with AI. But these are like nuts, dude. Like the fact that he got them to look like actual figures is pretty crazy.
Exactly.
Another one, like, come on, bro. This is actually the custom I have being worked on right now. Shout out to Riley Lowe.
Dude,
not the battle damage version, not the battle damage version, but the clean version. But yeah, that's the mask we deserved in No Way Home.
Yeah,
that's the mask we deserved.
The proportions.
This one, dude. I've said so many times I want this Dio, and they've done it in 1/12. I'm sure you've seen it, Kaja. That one company did it, and it looks insane. Another thing would be like the tritium ball diorama. I think Bob Dylan, has that in his collection, and it looks freaking
What does
insane.
Bob Dylan not have?
That's true.
Yeah, for real.
He has an amazing collection.
Customs on customs.
Yeah.
That dude's like swimming in Bitcoin or something.
It's just he has a lot of figures, and he's very much in the custom game.
But yeah, it's just really cool stuff I wanted to share.
I have to go, guys. I will catch you later.
We'll wrap it up now if you want to head out with us, if that works for you. All right, well, guys, thank you so much as always for hanging out with us. I know we kind of had all over discussions tonight, but it was a fun stream as always. Sometimes people are wrong about the Raimi trilogy, but we'll let it slide.
That's host privilege that he gets to have the last word on.
Yeah. But no, for real though, like we've been very lucky with Marvel over the years. Although we had a recent decline with the shitty shows and everything. Not all shitty shows. I liked Moon Knight and Loki.
And the Daredevil Reborn's been pretty good, and I haven't seen it, but
I kind of set those shows aside because Netflix tore it up with those. Those are great shows. So
yeah, it's hard. Like you're kind of comparing it to its own legacy a little bit there. But even Power Man,
Power of the Sun in the palm of my hand.
That series is actually supposed to be pretty good. I've not watched it yet, but I've heard good things. But it's
talking about Wonder Man.
Not Power Man.
I heard Wonder Man was great. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, that's a great show. It's a great
yeah.
one.
Now they've said though it's kind of different than when you're thinking necessarily of an MCU show because it's a little bit more meta commentary type show than maybe some of the other
it's more human. It's more human, I would say.
Nice. And shout out to Funky Cole. What's up, my friend? He said another hotline hottie. He said just open the third-party Juggernaut. I really like it. Those figures look pretty dope. I like the one they did the butt pocket on the prisoner outfit. That was so funny when Deadpool shoves the live wire up his ass. Thank you, Peyton. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and everybody for hanging out with us tonight. But pause. But no, it was a fun stream, and hopefully Doomsday and Secret Wars and Brand New Day they usher a new era of Marvel beyond the missteps that they've made recently here and there. And maybe then Kaiju will see me keeping more Marvel figures, but probably not. But we'll see. I'm a Star Wars guy at heart, and then I got all these Harry Potter figures to pay for from Inot, as you would say. A lot of figures to pay for from Inart with these Harry Potter figures, especially Dumbledore just dropped. I've got Walking Dead, so it's like, what am I gonna do? And then we get all these Predator figures now, and then I'm getting the Hong Kong based copies on those because I want it ASAP. So I got plenty of stuff coming in. But guys, that's gonna wrap it up. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Anybody that has channels, Kaiju Daddy, check them out. Don't tell my wife. Is that what your Facebook group is? Don't tell my wife on Facebook. Guys, I say this all the time, and Kaiju's always very bashful about it, but I truly believe he is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to 112, and he's one of the best guys out there, and he has a very unique perspective because he's on the ground level where a lot of this stuff is being released, so he knows a lot, and I know you don't need me to say this, Kaiju, but you are like one of the most generous, helpful guys in the 1/6 hobby and the 112 hobby, because the amount of people you've helped out without asking for anything in return, can't thank you enough, not only for what you've done for me, but for other people. So, and I see you doing it all the time, so if nobody has thanked you on a grand stage, I have to. And I know you don't need the thanks. Yeah, and you never ask me for anything. And I know you haven't asked anybody else for anything, so we
Not yet.
Not yet. Once Star Wars Celebration rolls around, he's punching his ticket. That's when I'm cooked. I want to be walking around with all this shit. But yeah, we appreciate you, and thanks guys, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Everybody that commented, hotline hotties, everybody, appreciate you, and we'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST.
Peace.